Amen.
This
You need to put your headphone on.
Okay. So we have a midrash. Yakut Shimoni. Okay, that in the beginning of this parasha, you have Rabbi Yoshua de Sichnin. It says in the name of Rabbi Levi. Melameh, we know that Hakadosh Baruch Hu showed.
Yeah. Sorry, Aleph, guys.
Aleph. Showed Moshe every generation and all the shoftim of that generation. All the leaders of all the generation, and he showed Shaul and his children dying by the sword. Tommy, with me? Yeah. Moshe Rabbeinu sees, Hashem shows him Shaul and his two sons dying by the sword. Moshe tells HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Ribono shel olam, Melech Rishon she'omed al banecha, the first king.
His sons died by the sword too?
Yeah, right? Tommy? Shaul died.
Shaul died by the sword.
Yeah, I know. You made me fall through. But how many Shaul's two sons? No.
Yeah. At the same time as him?
No. Same time. Same battle, right? Same battle with the Kadishim. Yeah, it was horrible. It wasn't good.
I thought it was later. Their hands and feet off and nail them.
All right. I don't want to hear that. I know it's terrible. It should bother you to say something like that. It should break your heart.
Of course it is.
I don't care what the way it is. It's heartbreaking.
And he also did a horrible thing too.
So now, what does it say? Now, what does he say? So he says. So he shows David Ari, my man. He sees. You ready for this?
Are you ready?
Hakadosh Baruch Hu shows Moshe Rabbeinu all the generations and everything, all the main events. Okay, I'm sure he saw what's going on now. By the way, I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, this is
This is the main event. Well, there's a lot of main events.
This is dumb.
We're talking about Zera Shimshon, right?
We're talking about So now, what happens? He shows him that Shaul Emor dies by the sword with his two sons, right? And he tells him, "Hakadosh Baruch Hu, is this the right? The first king of Israel should die by the sword? Melech Rishon she'omed al banecha, the first king that's going to rule over your children, Yidaker b'herev, should die by the sword." Amar HaKadosh Baruch Hu, V'li ata omer, he telling this to me, Emor el HaKohanim sheharag. Go tell the Kohanim that he killed, shemekatregim oto, that he's harassing him in Shamayim, that the mekatreg is like the prosecuting against Shaul HaMelech in Shamayim. It's crazy, heavy. You understand the midrash? You're telling me? You're telling me? Go tell the people go tell the Kohanim that he killed, that they're harassing him. It's exactly that kind of hevel, right? All the blood of your brothers is screaming out to me.
We know before a Kohen gets divorced, the process is so much longer to chill his anger out. So what about a king when he's acting rash and doing such an action like this? Is there nobody like Doeg, right, took the action for him when he ordered it? Nobody's telling the king, take a minute.
The king has the right to do it.
The king is just...
The king is the king. The king has the right... No. A king is not allowed to be mahal on his kavod. Right? If someone, Mr. Bloomberg, if he wants to do something, no, he thought that they were morev machud.
Disrespected by his wife.
What did they do? He thought that they were embedding what's it called?
They didn't even. They were just talking about it.
But he thought that. And Doeg, by the way, in the Gimanat Sanhedrin Perek Halek says that he's one of the people that don't have Halek Olam Haba.
Doeg?
Yeah.
But what?
Pretty sure, right? Doeg. Yeah, Doeg Adomi, huh? What?
It's a double-edged sword. So if Doeg wouldn't have listened to him, he would have been killed.
No, Doeg never would have been killed. Doeg would have minded his own business, he would have been fine. Nothing to do with Doeg.
Exactly true.
What are you talking about? Doeg had nothing to do with it. He on his own decides to go to Shaul and say, by the way,
he's the one that snitched.
Yeah, he's the rat. He's the rat.
He was the one that carried it out.
No.
Did they have gangster movies back then? He would have known.
Pretty sure that was
No, I don't think so. He did. He did actually. Very good. He did. So now again, this is the midrash. Let's go over it again. So Ari, listen. So we're on Aleph. The Rabbi Yoshua comes and it says the name of Rabbi Levi. We know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu showed Moshe Rabbeinu all the generations, all the Shoftim Simon, all the leaders of the community, every generation. When he gets to Shaul and he sees how Shaul HaMelech dies, he says, "Is this fair? That the first king of Israel that's going to manage over your children are going to die? Is he going to die by the sword?" So Hashem says, "Go tell you this." But look at the words. V'li ata omer, you're telling me. V'li ata omer, Emor el HaKohanim sheharag. Go tell the Kohanim that he killed. Shemekatregim oto, right? That are being mekatregim in Shamayim.
It's a good plan of words.
What does mekatreg literally mean?
Mekatreg literally mean
prosecutor.
Yeah. I would say that.
Emor
Right.
Kohanim is
So look what he says. Why was Moshe Rabbeinu so dafka? Why did he say Melech Rishon? What, if he was the second king or third king, it wouldn't be such a big deal?
It wouldn't have been such a big
It would have been such a big deal if it got murdered by sword. What are you talking about? What are you saying?
Melech HaRishon של עם ישראל.
Who cares? Melech Sheni, Melech Shlishi. Why is it more important? Is that?
Oh, because
Doesn't matter.
because of Binyamin, because he's...
מפני ששאול היה מלך ראשון ונדע בחרב, אם היה מלך שני או שלישי, or if he died in a different way, right? What's up, boys? Or if he died in a different way, he wouldn't be so hard for him. The midrash is covered. Look, you have to be medakdek on the words. You can't. The midrash is used. We're doing Drasha Aleph. The midrash is being used for you to learn something. So every word that it's saying is a purpose. So it's saying there's a reason. What are you saying? Something. If you're saying David, right? So again, we're going to say the midrash again. You ready?
Go.
Hashem showed Moshe Rabbeinu all the generations. Okay, all the leaders, all the kings, all the everything. He gets to David, he gets to Shaul. He sees how Shaul dies.
Till Mashiach, did he go all the way? Like, did
I don't
he show
know.
us like till the end?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, no, it said right. I think he might have.
If it's Koladoros, it's Koladoros.
Hold it up.
Is there Yalkut Shimoni?
What's that? Zrug. Oh, very nice. We're stepping the game. We're stepping up the game.
Go.
Okay, boys, pay attention.
Is there
Sorry,
Yalkut
man.
in English?
Yalkut in English, I don't know. No, but it's easy Hebrew. Yalkut is surprisingly easy Hebrew. Surprisingly.
Seriously?
Yeah, I don't know. So again, Moshe, you're listening. So when he gets to to Shaul HaMelech, and he sees that he dies and his two sons die by the sword, Moshe screams out. He goes, "Is this fair that the first king of Israel should die by the sword?" So Hashem says, "You're telling me? Don't tell me. Go tell the Kohanim that he killed. He killed 80,000 Kohanim." Right? No, Kohanim. He killed 80,000 people. It's crazy. Why? Because Doeg comes. David came with his 300 troops, asked for bread and water. The Kohanim didn't give it to them. They kept moving, right? And then Doeg saw what happened, and he goes and tattletales to Shaul. Shaul comes, wipes out the whole city. Ridiculous. It's crazy. Okay, wipes out the whole city, and now look, it's coming back. So he says, "Emor el Kohanim," with what? So he said, "Go tell the Kohanim that he killed, that are prosecuting him in Shemayim." That's the midrash. Now he has two questions, right? Listen, he has two questions. The first question is why does Moshe care so much if he's the first king or not? He says, "Melech Rishon she'omed al banecha." The first.
There's something about the first. Always.
Yeah.
There's always something about them.
There's something more than that. There's something more than
It's
that.
also that
I'm
he died by
sure,
a
but on a
sword.
very simple shot level,
You want to say what?
before a first time, there's always something about the first time.
By the way, the first king of Israel wasn't exactly done in the best way, right? When Hashem, right, Tom? Hashem tells Shemuel, "Don't worry, they're not mad at you. They're not upset at you. They're upset at me." Remember?
Yeah.
So, because Shemuel's like, well, they want a king. Yeah, was it good? We want a king like the Goyim have. We want to have a king like the Goyim have.
What's that?
We want a king like the Goyim, like the Goyim have. Very, very. Right. We want because why? Because we want to be like the Goyim.
We weren't supposed to have a king. We weren't supposed to have a king. Only
It wasn't ready. We weren't ready.
No, I'm saying, but
I'm saying it wasn't time. It was.
Also,
in the
Shoftim.
Torah- no,
How'd you explain it?
No, Shoftim is saying is if you're going to have one, here's how you should have one. It's not, the ideal scenario is not to have one.
So ideally, we shouldn't have a king at all.
Correct,
No,
because
Hashem
Hashem wanted it.
Hashem's a king.
That's it.
Hashem's a king.
What about the whole thing? When you have a Torah,
If you have a king, there are rules of having a king, but that's option B.
so
Option
better
A
than
is
a
here.
monarchy, there would just be Hakadosh Baruch Hu V'zeu.
Of course.
Yeah.
So there would still be a Sanhedrin, correct?
No, the Sanhedrin. No, now you're talking about different things. Now you're talking about.
Over halacha, man.
All right, let's focus. Let's focus. The Sanhedrin is tied to the Beit Hamikdash. Okay, the Sanhedrin, as my father explained to me, the Sanhedrin dismembered itself when they could not. They dismembered themselves when they could not find the benefit of the doubt of the person that's in front of them. They said somebody comes and the guy's guilty of something and the guy couldn't figure out how we could make him innocent.
They dispersed.
Yeah, dismembered is not the right
Dismembered. It's not-
Why?
Because
Dismembered literally
Dismembered.
means cutting.
Taking a
Dismember, no, but the body of the Sanhedrin, the 71 people.
disbanded, dispersed.
Potato. Not so much. Okay. So now the two questions Zera Shimshon is asking. Eli, listen. Is the first why was he so makpid to say Melech Rishon? And what if he was Melech Sheni or Melech Shishi? He wouldn't care. Or if he died in a different way with the sword, he says he should die with the sword. So what if he died by hanging off of it? That would be okay. Why is Moshe so caring about the fact that he's the first king? Because that's what he says. It should just say Melech Yisrael. They should die. And why the sword? Why not? Why dafka the sword? Why does that bother Moshe? And also, what does it mean that when Hashem answers that and they are maketeregim oto? What happens if they weren't? What happens if they weren't prosecuting Shaul? Would he not be? Would he not be sentenced to death?
No. Emor
You come late. We're on the next paragraph. You come late.
Where are you?
I reviewed all this outside. I reviewed this all outside.
I came at 8:30. How late did I come?
You
When
didn't-
does your start?
8:30. It actually started 8:30. You did not come at 8:30.
What time did I come?
8:36.
8:36.
Just throw
Asriel, don't yell at me, Asriel.
We're getting a bit yakkish.
So listen.
Look at the Shem Shamayim.
Right. Kadosh. So the question. So two questions. Why does Moshe? We're asking a question on Moshe, and then we're asking a question on Hashem's answer. Why is Hashem answering? Go tell the ones that are prosecuting with Shemayim. What do you mean? What if they were not prosecuting with Shemayim? Would he not be worthy of death? Would he not be worthy?
less worthy of death?
Why? Excuse me. In Shemayim, it's emet, which means that you get rewarded for the good and you get punished for the bad. It's not a wash.
Hashem wouldn't have said that the Kohanim are being.
So what does that mean? That's the question. What are you trying to tell by saying go tell the ones that are prosecuting him? So if they weren't prosecuting him, you wouldn't do nothing?
I would think it would be less.
Why would it be less?
Because
You killed 80,000 people. What do you mean it would be less?
First of all, not me.
Not me per se. So now look, the Mefashim bring the Shla Kadosh and Asara Ma'amarot, which I actually have here, which Rabbi Zilberberg binded it for me because I printed it out on HebrewBooks.org. Asara Ma'amarot, heavy stuff. So he says, so they both say that they ask the question, why was Shaul Zocheh to be the king? Shaul is from where? From Binyamin. What does Shaul belong being king? We know it goes to Yehudah.
First in the Yamsuf.
Not as machloket. No, but not even that. Because even by that machloket that says they got Yerushalayim. They didn't get nothing to do with the kingship. They got Yehudah. Rabbi Yehudah says they Nachshon ben Aminadav. Yehudah
was born in Eretz Yisrael.
No, listen. So because all the Shivatim, when Yaakov met Esav, all the brothers bowed down to Esav except one, Binyamin. Why? Because he wasn't born yet.
He was born in. He wasn't born yet. In his tummy.
No, legit, he wasn't born yet.
I know.
Right, and because they bowed down, now you have to realize who the brothers are. Who Yaakov? You talk about ambassadors. You talk about a real deal. You're not talking about your local rabbi here.
Why they bow down to him?
Because the Zohar says, not in a bad way. No, you're talking about the emissaries of. I'm sorry, take that back. Was that not right? Why did it come out right?
No, he was saying, it sounded like you're saying like the simple guy who's like a local rabbi who we all like respect and abed.
I didn't mean it like that. I mean like.
Shabbat Binyamin, I understand. He's not your local rabbi.
We're gonna have to edit that, Ellie.
Okay, I will.
So, again, why were they? Why? Because you're talking everything they do, everything you do has kedusha. So when you do something that's not kadosh, you're giving off the kedusha to the sitra hara.
Giving it away.
You're giving it away.
Same thing with Lashon Hara, by the way.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure, you're giving it away. You understand? Ari, when you do something good, you gain money. When you do something bad, you give money away. That's legit how it is. It's not that you just don't get money, you give it away. So you lose it, yeah.
I wanted to add something. It's not so much connected, but a little bit connected. Because I heard these guys talking, Arab Pesach, that he went to here to clean his car by the Arabs and he saved 50 shekel because the Jews are 100. I said to myself,
his life's worth 50 shekel. What do you want, Russian roulette?
I said to myself like this, listen to this. He thinks he saved 50 shekel. Why? He gave 50 shekel to the Sitra Achra. But the Jew that gave the money to the Jew and gave 100 shekel to the Shekhinah. So he made 100 shekel and he lost 50 shekel.
Man, he was like, yeah, you gotta give more stuff.
And forget about the money the Arab probably took from the car.
No, I'm saying it's a warped shita.
Right, because if you want to act based on what you see, then you're going to lose. A Jew cannot act with his logic based on what he sees, based on what the logic of the Goyim are. That's not who we are. It doesn't work that. We work differently. You see it here. You live in Israel. You see what you're surrounded with, and you see what comes after you, and you see how we survive. And thank God Israel's flourishing. It's crazy. It doesn't make any sense. Okay. So anyway, let's go back. So now that the brothers bowed down to Esav, they gave power to Sitra Hara. Masha'en ken that Binyamin himself didn't do. Right? Shelo haya adayin ba'olam. Lekach zacha sheyatsa Shaul. So he was zocheh to get Binyamin. So Binyamin was zocheh to have a great grandson who's going to be king of Israel. Okay, this is what the Shlach Kadosh says, and Asra Ma'amarot. Okay, now we have a Zohar in Parashat Balak that says this. By the way, if you read the Zohar, it's crazy. All right, it's unbelievable. Hashem set up the sod of Esav. What does he do? He goes to him and he tells him.
Oh yeah.
He tells him.
Juicy.
What he says? What he says? I want to give you the Torah. He tells him. So he tells him, what's in it? So he goes, Lo tirsach, don't kill. So he goes, I can't. My beracha is to kill.
The joke that Grandpa said?
No, not the joke. So then, but the Zohar goes on. But the Zohar goes on. It says that Hashem kept pressing the Malach of Edom, trying to tell him, take it. And he goes, no, I can't. He kept pressing. He just asked him once.
Why?
Because he wants.
Because he wanted to get
you
the
have
credit
to.
of give
You have
Rami
to.
Slider.
So what does he tell him? He says, okay, fine. So what is the Sad of Esav, the Malach of Esav say? Go give it to the children of Yaakov. They'll take it. So he goes, yeah? You think so? So he goes, so the Sad said, yeah. So he goes, all right, what should I do? What should I do to get him to take it? Hashem is asking the Satan.
Take
Okay?
a headache of my matana.
So he says, take a headache of my matana. Take a piece of my gift, my beracha that I got from Esav, my father Yitzhak, and with that they'll be able to have dinei nefashot. That's how we have Arba B'Zor Bedin, is because we're allowed to use the sword because of the piece of the gift that Esav gave us from his own beracha. In a good way, not in a bad way.
Yeah.
Okay, and he said with that they'll take it because now they'll be able to defend themselves and they'll be able to practice the law. They'll be able to actually get the laws done. Because what happens if they don't follow the law? People die. People get punished. People get fined. You need power in order to keep the people in line. Otherwise, it's a whole balagan.
So we were spineless before the gift, basically.
Not spineless. We felt it wasn't achievable if we didn't have a way to enforce it. You know something's right. What happens now if you can't? If you can only talk to somebody, but now if a push comes to shove, you have to do something more. You can't do it because the Torah doesn't allow you. Now the Sad comes, right? The angel of Esav comes, and he tells them, "I'm going to give them a piece of my matana from my father Yitzhak."
That's the sword.
And that's the sword.
Wow.
That we're labeled. Look what it says.
I mean, think about it.
Hashem tells him, we don't kill. We're not
we
killers.
We wrote Ohev Shalom.
Yeah, we're Ohev Shalom. Hashem Shalom. We're not killers. So, but we do when we have to. How many times you see in Tanakh? You see Shimon HaSadik, right? In the Gemara and Yomah. Says that he tied the Kutim's legs on the tails of the horses and he dragged them all around till they all died. Who does that? It's the Kohen Gadol.
Who's Kutim?
Kutim was like our neighbors. Our neighbors that were tried to... Because they tell Alexander Makdemon that the Jews are trying to rebel. So the Gemara says that by dawn, because the question came up, is a Kohen Gadol allowed to wear his garments outside of the Beit HaMikdash? And they said, of course, we know Shimon HaSadik went outside. So the Gemara says, chill. That's a whole other story. That was shot at Dahak where we had to. And the Gemara says, what happened? And it says that the Kutim came to Alexander the Great. It was Mahlok. Is it really Alexander the Great or Alexander Makdemon? Huh? What?
Where is it? What must I?
In Yoma. And he tells him, and so he tells them, they're trying to rebel. They're going to rebel against you. So he brings his army. Okay? Now, Shimon HaSadik in the middle of the night, takes a whole bunch of guys with torches and walks all night. And by dawn, as the sun rises, everybody meets. Okay, you have Alexander Makdemon, the Kutim are coming this way, Shimon HaSadik is coming this way, and everybody meets by Alexander. Okay, now they tell him, when he sees Shimon HaSadik, he gets off his horse and bows down to him in front of the Kutim.
What's torches?
Torches are like right. Madura. Would you lose my address?
Shalom Aleichem, guys.
So he tells him. I've been sick all week. I've been sick all week. And I said, I can't sick Thursday night.
Thank you.
I'm sick all week. I'm telling you.
Appreciate it a
What are you
lot.
sick for? Sick about moving back?
What? I have a head cold. Sleep with the window open on the wrong night. You get a head cold. Not everything's so deep. Not everything's so deep.
Not one night.
So yeah.
Rub machia on your chest.
Nah, Arak.
Yeah. No?
No, I'm good. So anyway, so there Shimon Sadiq. One sec, boys, listen up. Shimon Sadiq gets off. All right, gets Alexander the Great sees him, bows down. The Kutim is saying, "What are you doing?" Why? So he ignores the Kutim and he turns to Shimon Sadiq and says, "What are you doing here?" So he goes, "I'm here to warn you that people want to destroy the building that we pray for you." So he goes, "Who are they?" He goes, "These guys, the Kutim." So Alexander goes, "Go do what you want with them." So what's the story? What happened? He tells the Kutim as he's bowing down to him. He goes, "Why are you bowing down to him? It's your Alexander the Great, Alexander Makdamon. What are you doing?" He goes, "Every night before a war, I have a dream about a person that looks like him, dressed in all that stuff, with a sword flying and just killing all my enemies, and I win every war." So that's what it says. So what are you doing? He goes, "Because the place where I pray for you, where we pray for you, they want to destroy." So what do you got? That's my golden ticket.
What is he talking about?
What do you mean?
The place where we pray for you.
Beit HaMikdash.
Alexander built the Beit HaMikdash?
No. Alexander was coming to destroy the Beit HaMikdash. But there's a machlok. Was it Alexander the Great or Alexander Makdamon? So I think the Gemara says it's not Alexander, not the Gemara. The Mefarshim explained it was a different Alexander. But that we named. That's why we got the name Alexander came into the Jewish world, because everybody that year named their boy Alexander.
What's Alexander in Hebrew?
Alexander. So look what it says. So now Hashem tells side of Yavis. Move that over for me. I want to see one sheet. He said, "Teni etzah." He goes, "Ech afateh zaro." How am I going to persuade the children of Yaakov? Okay, how you doing? Amar lo, ten lam helek ehad misheli lematana. Give them a portion of me as a gift. Sheyohazu, that they'll be able to hold on to the midat haherev, to the sword. Sheyu lahem reshut ladun dinei nefashot, to give them the power to judge matters of life and death. Right? Deilav haki, because without that, lo yu yecholim nishtamesh b'hariv kelal ve'ikad. That's what the Zohar says. That's what the Zohar said. That if it wasn't for that, we would never be able to touch a sword, because there's nothing to do in our religion, which makes sense. The Torah had no place.
What about Brit Milah?
Huh?
Brit Milah?
It's not a sword. You can use a knife. You don't have to cut your steak with a fork, but use a sword for sword purpose, not a knife. But you have to be careful. So what do you see? So by the way, we see two things. One is, why did Shaul become Zocher to be the king? Am I boring everybody?
It's amazing to
Well, Shaul made the Shabbat his.
No, 1 second.
It gives chuyot to the Saretza, to the Saret Edom.
Hashem said him. Because he gave a piece.
Saying, like, we are.
By the way, you have to be careful. It says in Tanei Dev Eliyahu that Ishmaelim. That's my phone. Ishmaelim. You should have saw my face, Tom.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear guys.
Right. Boys, please, your phones. Ishmaelim, the angel of the Ishmaelim the Arabs come to Hashem and says, do someone who does Brit Milah get Sakkal? So he goes, yes. So he goes, we need Sakkal. We should get Sakkal. Everybody does it. Not only do we do it at 13, not 8 days. Because Hashem says, but your Brit Milah is nothing.
Right. Why?
Because there's no Periyah.
What Periyah?
Periyah is the first step of something with something and exposing the membrane, and then you cut over the thing.
So then why do people say they still get schab for it, and that's why?
So the Sada says, what do you mean? But we're doing something. We're giving something. So you know what he brings? You know what he says? Eliyahu Navi. He says that Hashem said, "Fine, you're right. You're going to get 400 years, which I don't know if it's 400 exact, but it's a long amount of time that you're going to rule over Israel."
Oh crap!
That you're going to rule over Israel until your zechut is over.
It's at the end of Parshat Vayera in the Zohar.
How long was the Turkish Empire over here?
This Drush is in the Zohar at the end of Parshat Vayera. He says for 400 years the Sar of Esav came, the Sar of Ishmael came to Hashem and said, "Somebody on this group doesn't get something." He said, you didn't kill the Brit Shalem. He said, but still, we
did something. With 13, yeah.
He said, you know what? I'll give you Eretz Yisrael when she's empty from the
Very
Jews.
good, very good,
Just like
very
you
good.
break his
Ashrecha.
neck, like
Very
you
good,
break his
exactly
neck,
right, correct.
You're going to have Eretz Yisrael on its wreck.
Very impressive,
And then it
very
says-
impressive.
You want to see it? No, there's Jews. If you want to see
No,
it.
I know it.
No, there's Jews talking about right now what's happening. V'hem ya'akvu et bnei Yisrael from coming back to Eretz HaKodesh. They're going to bother us. And then at the end, Hashem's going to v'yichalet bnei Shmuel.
Oh yeah, no, the whole thing's
You have to see the end of this
yeah,
Jewish.
yeah,
I'm
it's
telling
good.
you, open it up.
I know. Okay, we'll read it. We'll learn it after. But I like to see it. Vayera.
Put it on the thing. They'll love it.
Okay. So now, what do you learn? You learn.
No, it's Inyan Adayoma.
You learn that Shaul was zocher for the melucha and to become the first king. Why? Because Binyamin did not bow down to Esav, which in turn did not give power to the Sitra Hara. And we also know that Bnei Israel are zocher to use the sword al pi hadat vehadin. Okay? Why? Because of the matana that Esav gave. So this is what Moshe is complaining about. Moshe is saying, how could it be that you're going to let the first king, who became king, why? Because he didn't bow to Esav, die by the very gift that the son of Esav gave Bnei Israel.
Well, because he's the one who started. He used the sword against the Kohanim.
So, did you do this by yourself? Because don't act like you figured it out just now, please. Do me a favor.
I'm remembering it from Sunday.
I'm glad I told you. All right. Oh, we did it Sunday?
Yeah, man.
All right, good. Don't worry. Well, we got 2 more, so let's see if you remember those.
You said do it well.
Yes, I did.
One well.
That's very good.
It was
Ashrecha.
schmuck and it was beautiful.
Beautiful. So he says. So that's what he's saying. So how could you allow Shaul HaMelech die? He became king because of the fact that Binyamin. By the way, it's not a gift unless it's a real gift. You can't tell me it's a gift. To buy a house is a gift, right? But if I can't afford the mortgage in a year, it ain't much of a gift because it's a whole lot of headache after that.
Right.
So you tell me I can afford the whole thing, and that's a gift. You know what I mean? So Shaul, he was the first. Why was he the king? Because of Binyamin. Why? Because Binyamin is the only one that didn't bow down. And why did Shaul have a problem with the sword? Because it's exactly the gift that Esav gave in order to get us to take the Torah. Shia matana shenatan Esav leYisrael. And what does HaKadosh Baruch Hu say? Emor al Kohanim. Sheharag. Why? The mekatregim oto. Don't tell me, tell the Kohanim the mekatregim oto in Shabbat. What does that mean? It means Hinehu b'harigatam tafas. Yeah, you're right, because the reason why go tell the Kohanim why, because they're the ones. Because Shaul HaMelech took the sword that was given as a gift, that was given for us to do it in a good way, and he used it in a bad way. He misused it. Says Hinehu beharigatam, right? By way of killing them, tafas midat Esav sheoreg be'herev shelo kadin. That he uses the sword not legally, not the right way. Injust.
Right.
Or unjust.
You were given like the reshut to do.
You could do something. My father also says you could do something good. Anything can be good done for good or bad. Your pick. Unjustified murders. Unjustified murders. You could use anything you want, in good or bad. You could use, guns. Could be a gun for good or for bad.
Use your phone.
Your phone, right? Your phone could be used for good or you could use for bad.
Interesting thing, I don't think it's listed here, is that Shaul, he was the one who gave mercy to the Amalek
Yeah.
at the end. So he kind of misused it when he was supposed to kill Amalek.
But right, true. Right, you can throw that in there. You can throw that in there.
He kind of got
More
confused
improper
about the whole
din.
thing.
That's true.
Right?
So that's very good. So again, he used the sword in the wrong way, an unjustly way. And what did he do by doing that? He gave koach to the Sitra Hara. Exactly what his great grandfather did not do, which made him, his grandson, the king in the first place.
Right.
So because he did something that's wrong, you now give power to Sitra Hara, exactly what all the other brothers did, not you, not your grandfather. Now that you messed up, now you're out. Right? Ve'ibed helek zechuto b'ma sheBinyamin lo natan lakoach. And he lost his helek of his zechut in what his great-grandfather made sure not to give power to. Unbelievable. It's crazy.
Grandfather didn't necessarily make sure not to give power to it. It was just by
Anything you do bad,
He wasn't born at the time of the bowing.
Who? So it doesn't matter.
So that's like, okay.
Who cares? He got the zechut. What do you want? You want to make our lives harder?
No.
Well, it's fine.
No.
But I'm saying,
Just making a point.
It's for
The
no
father-
merit on his part, but the fact that he wasn't contaminated by that
made him eligible, the only eligible guy to take the position.
Corona. Sababa.
It doesn't matter. He was eligible. Now, if you want to say that, why can't you judge them separately? Why does Hashem have to include Binyamin and Shaul? Make Binyamin, and make Shaul. Why
He
did?
wouldn't have had merit on his own.
Who said he's already king? He's already king.
You think he would have been king without Binyamin's?
No, but now, because let's say Shaul gives Sitra Hara Koach to Sitra Hara, right? But you have on Binyamin's side, he did not give power to Sitra Hara. And even Afilu Ha'adif, even if you want to see the argument that the guilt was stronger, the guilt of Shaul is stronger than Binyamin's innocence, or the fact that he didn't give Koach versus Shaul's giving Koach. So that's why the Kohanim, that's why he says the Kohanim are coming, go complain to the Kohanim that he killed, that are prosecuting at Shamayim. Him specifically. They have no problem with Binyamin's Shevet.
What was this, in Givon or Mashu Kazeh?
Yeah.
Is that where he killed the Kohanim?
No, Nov.
No. Sorry.
No.
Where was this?
No, Yira Kohanim. Nov. Where's Nov?
meaning he killed
He
by a
killed
dying mamash.
hundreds of Kohanim.
Right.
A lot.
80,000.
I think 80,000.
That's more than 100.
And also, just because they gave bread to...
Which I don't even think he gave the bread. Did he give the bread to David? No, yes, he did give the bread because David lied. David said, Shaul sent me and 300 men to do something, and the Kohanim were like, oh, sure, here you go.
Right.
And he ate and took, because he needed that, otherwise they would have died. They needed to eat.
They were starving.
But David also got punished for lying.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How so?
I don't remember. He got punished for lying too.
And
But anyway-
and then all of Israel got punished because
Because they didn't bury Shaul properly. 3 years of
The
famine.
Gidonim, they used to bring
Yes, yeah.
they used to bring wood,
Yeah.
schlep water. Suddenly the city was gone. The Nova Yerukonim was
So
gone.
that, right.
And these people were crying to their idols that they don't have that they should punish us. So Hashem stopped the rain on all of Israel.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So look what it says. Let's focus.
The idol worshippers.
So Mipinesha Kohanim, by the way, it's true. Well,
crazy.
they can't pray. They can pray.
No, I'm saying you see Midat Adin how
Midat Adin's Midat Adin.
like,
You're right.
Don't think an idol worshipper doesn't have
He has
power in Shamayim.
sure. Right. מפני שהכהנים שהרג מקטרגים אותו דווקא, specifically him. שסד החובה היא שלו ממש, because the sad of guilt is specifically his. He killed him. וסד הזכות and the side of the zechut isn't his, and it's his grandfather's. ואם כן, מפני מידת הדין, ראוי הוא ליפול בחרב. מידת הדין, מידה כנגד מידה. He used the deen, he used the sword in the wrong way, so he's got to die by the sword. You say midah kereg midah, and that's why. So remember, let's review. Why did Moshe complain? Why Moshe was shocked? Because he's saying, why the first king? The first king, not because he's the first king, because of the zechut that he got the kingship was from Binyamin, who did not bow down to Esav, which did not give power to the Sitra Hara. And why Herev? Because that's the gift of Esav. Esav gave us the gift of the sword to use it the right way. And if we didn't have that, then we would...
It's deeper because Esav should have been the Kohen. The whole Indian is that he was Kilu the Bechor, and he should have been the Kohen. He should have elevated Olam Hazeh through the hunting, through the
Right.
the
That's why
God is
Yitzhak loved
basically
him. That's why Yitzhak loved him.
And he lost the Bechor, and he
Yitzhak.
lost. And Mida Keneged Mida, Shaul, who's now destroying the Kohanim, is now going to have to suffer
Right.
from the same Nakuda that Esav gave up.
Okay. Good. True. Yes. Okay. Now let's go to Drush Het. Drush Het, by the way,
It's over.
it's over. To show you the difference.
Why Moshe Rabbeinu was
Why was Shaul shocked that Shaul died? Het 8. Why was Shaul shocked? Why was Moshe shocked that the first king of Israel died by the sword? And why did he say that it's the first king of Israel? So because why was he the first king of Israel in the first place? Was because of what David, thank you, because of what was the great Bizchut David. Right? His great grandfather did not bow down, which means did not give power to Sitra Hara. Why the sword? Because the sword, that's what are they saying?
It was a gift to
that's
He was the first
that
one to
was
die by
misused.
the sword. You know,
No,
maybe
but
that's where
but
they took it from.
It was a gift to the Sitra Achra that was misused.
From the thank you very
It was
much.
supposed to be used
Thank
for the
you.
appropriate things
Sheikha.
to do judgment properly, and then it was used for inappropriate things. So Mida is used.
Right, because he used the gift that was done in the wrong way, and because Esav kept the sword to be killed lo kedin to himself. Okay, and he gave the way to kill in the right way to Bnei Israel. So we're able to use it for good things. Okay, but now Shaul comes and uses it for bad things. So now the Kohanim are mekatreg specifically on Shaul, not on the Kohanim, specifically on Shaul, because they have no problem with Binyamin. His zechut is great, but with Binyamin, but what Shaul did was wrong, and he's got to die. He's got to die, and that's why Hashem says, "Don't tell me, tell the Kohanim," because the Kohanim have a qualm with him. Why? Because they have no problem with the fact that Binyamin didn't bow down, no sitra hara, all that stuff. That's great, but he killed it. He used the gift in the wrong way. So because he used the gift in the wrong way, it ain't going to work, and that's why the Kohanim. That's why that's what he did. Good. Now we're going to go to Vav.
Vav? No.
Now go to Vav. I'm sorry.
Ches.
Sorry.
Ches.
Head. Sorry.
Well, come on.
Sorry. I told you I'm sick all week. By the way,
Shlomo.
I'm in. Okay. Thank you. We have. Give him a book. You want to give
You
him
get much more scar learning this way.
I don't know where.
No, you're a Sfardi strong guy. This is how you get a scar from Saragra.
Yeah.
Everyone gets on.
Right. Not just Faradim.
Exactly.
I
Everyone.
know, but they love it. They get ears from it. We complain about it.
Who told you that? Who told you that?
I know, I love it. It's a good thing. Saying nice things.
All right. Does everyone have the page? Because this is heavy stuff. 8. Right.
You're talking about the rebels of Hallel?
Yes. First of all, I want to say that I had my first musical Hallel. Okay, I prayed next door. 40-ish. 40,
Almost 41. Almost 41.
Wow.
Musical halal.
Are we going to be moving next door, by the way?
Yeah. So when they look, there's going to be a change. They're going to either move next door or they're going to break this up. They're going to take this whole space.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, they might be expanding the
Keep
shul.
the Wi-Fi. That's the key.
Yeah, hey Josh. Yeah. All right, just in time. We're starting to. All right, let's go to head.
Oh.
Hook up Josh. Give him some challenge. We have stuff. Look over. Okay. Now,
Heavy?
huh?
It's kind of heavy?
Heavy.
It said it's going to get heavy.
That's a good one.
A good one.
All right, we'll do it again.
No.
All right, look. There's a Gemara Rosh Hashanah. The Melachei Sheret tell HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Ribono Shel Olam, why are Bnei Yisrael not singing?
This is Parshat Emor because of the Chagim, yeah?
But shame on you for not remembering.
As soon as you started, I said.
But they said, but you said it's heavy. I'm leaving.
Nah,
we did it
I
together.
said
I got it.
I think you misheard.
You gotta relax with the deen.
So the Melachei Sheret tell HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Ribono Shel Olam, why on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur do the Bnei Yisrael not sing Hallel? Why are we not saying Hallel Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur? Right? It says, Ma en omrim lefanecha Yisrael shira b'Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippurim. And what is the answer? Amar lahem efshar melech yoshev hakisei din. Is it possible that the king is sitting on the kisei din and the books of life and the books of death are open and he wants them to sing a song? It doesn't make any sense.
Yes.
That's the Gemara. But now, there's a lot of Mefarshim that ask the question, why do the Melachim care so much if we sing or not? What is it their problem? Well, fine, but what do they care that the Gemara is recording it in the other few places? So now, if you look at the Eyun Yaakov, right, brings a Gemara in Hulin, okay? That the Melachei Sharet do not sing a Shira Lemala until we sing a Shira Lemata. The Melachim do not sing until we go to shul and we pray. Okay?
Because they're waiting for us, correct.
Because they're waiting.
Just
Ve'im can, huh?
We can go higher than them.
Yeah.
1 second. Ve'im can, shu'alim atam. So they're asking, why aren't they singing? Because until they sing, we can't sing. And if it's Rosh Hashanah, and it's the gods, we're inaugurating God as our king, but it's silent. Because Bnei Yisrael aren't singing Shira. And the Malachim can't sing Shira. So it's silent. But it's supposed to be a stadium. What do you mean? It's Rosh Hashanah. So the Malachim is saying, when are they going to start? Because we want to start. So according to the Gemara and Hulin, it makes sense why they're asking in the Gemara Rosh Hashanah. Good. Now you have another Gemara in Arachin. Arachin talks about all hekdesh, right, for the Mikdash.
Evaluating.
Right. How much is a man worth?
Right. Shamot.
If you ask my wife, I'm not worth much.
We value you.
Depends on the day.
Doesn't help me so much.
Depends on the day. Some days you live a lot.
Yeah,
I'm joking. I'm joking.
We
Tom.
don't joke.
Now he sounds like my father. My father doesn't like when I make those jokes.
We think you're great, Charles.
That's amazing. This is not a support group.
Not even allowed to talk bad about
It's
yourself.
kind of
Pretty sure it is.
It's an AA group with alcohol.
right. Okay. So the Gemara Arachin, right? Yud Amud Bet. The Tosfot over there says that. Listen. Lo ka'amad mipnei ma en anu omrim. So, the Gemara Arachin, the Tosfot says over there that they're not. If you look at the lashon of the Malachim and Rosh Hashanah, they're not saying why aren't we singing. They're saying why aren't they singing.
Meaning, are Israel not singing, or why aren't we?
They're right. This aval lo ka'amad mipnei ma en anu omrim lefarech shira. Mashma. So what do you learn? You understand? Look, again. The Gemara in Arachin is saying, the Gemara in Tosfot is saying that why it says that the Gemara is not saying why the Malachim don't say why aren't we singing, the angels. They're saying why are they singing? Why are Bnei Yisrael singing? So what does that teach you? That teaches you that they sing even if Bnei Yisrael are not singing.
By this Gemara.
By this Gemara.
Wait, how does that teach you? If they're
because they don't say why aren't they singing. They say why aren't we singing. They're not saying
They're talking about themselves. Basically saying is why aren't we singing yet? And they're saying
No.
He's asked again.
Saying, when the Malachim asked Hashem, how come Bnei Yisrael are not singing? Mashma, from there you can learn that the Malach Hasharit are singing, because otherwise they would have told Hashem, why are we not singing? They didn't say why are we not singing.
Right, look.
Mashma is singing. By this Gemara, it's another Gemara.
Right, yeah, okay. Look, there's three Gemarot. Look, I know. Guys, look, give me a chance. There's three. Let's say three. You have a Gemara Rosh Hashanah. What's the matter? Yeah. You have three Gemarot.
23 houses down.
Listen. You have a Gemara in Rosh Hashanah. We're going to call that number one. Then the Gemara, 1 second. Then we're going to say Gemara in Holin is number 2. The Gemara in Arachin is number 3. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3. Okay, to make this simple. The first Gemara says the Malachi Sheret asked, why aren't Bnei Yisrael singing on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur? That's number 1. Why aren't Bnei Yisrael singing? Right, and then Hashem answers. That's the dialogue between the Malachi Sheret and Hashem. Okay. Then you have the second Gemara in Holin that says that the angels do not sing up high until we sing below.
Right.
This is Gemara number 2. Stand now, wait. Which means that they have to wait until we sing in order for them to sing. Good?
Yeah.
Okay. Now that's number 2. Now Gemara number 3.
What does standa? Calm down.
Stana means wait, like patience. So now you have the third Gemara. The third Gemara says, the Tosfot says that avalo ka'aman mipirei ma'en anu omrim lefanecha shira. The Tosfot over there says that the Malachim don't ask why aren't we singing. They're asking why are they not singing, meaning that they should be singing. It has nothing to do with us, the Malachim.
Mashma, we're singing.
So Mashma is right. So what do you learn from that? From the Lashon, that the Malachim sing, regardless if Bnei Yisrael sing or not. They just want to know why aren't they singing? You understand? Number 1 is the original dialogue. Again. It's complicated, but we'll do it.
I'm just trying. I'm still hooked on the part that they're waiting for us to sing, but yet they're singing despite the fact.
You're mixing.
Different opinions.
Number 1, number 2, number 3.
Okay.
Number 1 is they ask why aren't Bnei Yisrael singing.
Okay.
Good. Number 2. Gemara 2 says that the angels do not sing until we sing.
Okay.
So if I only had number 1 and number 2, I'd learn from number 2 that's telling me that they don't sing until we sing, that they're waiting for us to sing in order that they could sing.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, that part's
good. Now the third one comes and says they're not saying what the language of the Gemara is saying over there is saying why are we not singing? It says
themselves.
Why are we not singing in front of you? Lo kamad.
Say that.
Right, they do not say that. Right, they do not say that. They do not say why are we singing. They say why are they not singing? Why are Bnei Yisrael not singing? Which means
it contradicts 1 and 2.
Right, it contradicts number 2.
Right.
Number 1 could be learned by number 2 or learned by number 3.
Right.
Number 2 says that the Malachim, one second. The number 2 says the Malachim wait for us. Number 3 says the Malachim don't wait for us, and they just want to know why Bnei Yisrael don't sing Hallel on Rosh Hashanah and Kippur.
What's the truth?
Huh?
What's the one we go by?
What?
Is there one we go by that we're...
No, we didn't get there yet.
Okay.
First, we explain. I just want to understand this part's important. Tom, you listening? I want to say it again. Yeah, the Gemara number 2 and Gemara number 3. Number 2. Number 2.
I want to help.
Everybody wants to help.
Come on.
What?
Number 2 is an answer for number 1.
And so is number 3. Number 3 is also an answer. Why? Because number 3 is telling you that we sing. It doesn't say why are we singing. It says why are they singing. Why? Which means that doesn't affect me. We just want to know why are they singing. So you can. So the question is, when do the Malachim? First of all, do they sing, and when do they sing? Do they wait for us to sing, or do they sing on their own, and we happen to also be singing? Sure. Okay. Amen. So now you have a stira. You have a stira between the Tosfot and the Gemara and Hulin. That the Malachi Sheret do not sing a shira until Bnei Yisrael sing. What's the story? Between 2 and 3. Okay. So now we're going to bring, in order to reconcile this, we bring a midrash.
What verse are you on?
Hey, 8.
Okay. This is I'm lost. Okay.
So the midrash says, Makuti Shimoni, it says, Vekara ze ve'amar. A pasuk in Yeshaya, Tom. Okay? 6:3. What does it say? It says that the Malachim, well, this is beautiful, and I've said this before. If you have, it's sick, right? If you read, I have a Siddur somewhere that it talks about how the Malachim prepare themselves. We say it every day in Yotzei Rod, right? V'notrim reshut zera zeh להקדיש ליוצרם בנחת רוח, בשפה ברורה ובנעימה. Right? All these things, right? They're all prepping themselves to praise God, to praise HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But v'kara zeh zeh means that they give kavod to the greater malach. They give kavod to the greater malach, because that makes sense.
Aren't
right?
they all equal?
No, definitely not. The beginning of Rambam tells 10 levels of malachim.
Are we the greater kavod?
1 second. Don't turn the page. I'll take away your art scroll.
We have them all the growth capacity.
Well, look. Wait. 1 second. Let me get there. So again, the katon, the lower one, gives kavod to the older one to start, and that's what it means. Kabelin den min den, that they gives the reshut zelazeh. Keloma. What does it mean? Misho omer. What does that tell you? Whoever sings the shira receives an invitation from his friend.
Nice.
Right? Whoever is singing means they received an invitation from their friend prior, because they're older, because they're higher.
Lesser to greater.
Greater to lesser.
No, the lesser
Singing.
is inviting the greater.
Right, yeah. What?
Still angels we're talking about.
Still angels.
Okay.
Now the Gemara Hulin writes that HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves Bnei Yisrael more than the Malachi Asharet.
Because we say Shema Yisrael 2 words instead of 3.
Everybody's cheating now. Everyone's all turn the camera around, face it to Mordechai, and call it a day. Why? Because we say Hashem's name. We say Hashem's name after 2 words.
The week before my birthday.
Huh?
Voila.
Yeah, whatever. No salt on the wound, please. That we say Hashem's name after 2 words, when the Malachim say it after 3 words. Why? We say Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. That's word number 3. We're already mentioning God's name. Okay. Now, what do the Malachim do? The Malachim say
After Kadosh, Kadosh,
after Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh. Hashem Sevakot Melo Kadosh.
I'm not looking
That's the
at
third. Now you understand?
I
So
remember hearing this on Shabbat.
in the heart.
Yeah.
Something similar.
Yeah, that's right. Because it was 6-7 weeks ago and it was there.
Stop accusing our chief. It's Luach Libecha. It's in our heart.
That just means we were listening.
I'm happy to hear that. That's good. Okay. So look what it says, and look what it says. Ve'en malachei sheret omrim shira lemala until Bnei Yisrael say lemata. So what is it? So it's very easy to say that the reason why the malachei sheret that the malachei sheret are not singing anything until we say. Why? Because of what it says in Hulin, that we are more loved by God than the malachim themselves. And it makes because the malachim come down and look for inspiration to bring it up and go.
Is it because we're so great, or is it because we're down in the pits?
It's because we're able to elevate something. We're able to elevate. The Malachim are not able to elevate because we're in the pits. Because we're in the pits, we have the ability. By the way, what greater proof in the pudding is it by putting man in a world of death and choshech and tum'ah and znut and saying, I don't want that because the Torah Kedusha says not to, and I'd rather be with this.
Wow.
You understand? How better proof is in the pudding. Proof of concept. That's what Olam Asiyah is all about. And that's where the Malachim come down here and take something as, they bring it up to God. Hashem, look what your kids did. Look, it shows the Torah Kedusha is emet. Because it works. You understand? That's why making Kiddush Hashem is so important. And why doing the opposite, God forbid, is so horrible. I didn't say it for a reason, but yeah. So now, so now that's why you see. Why? Of course. By the way, Emor, this parasha we learn how to train your kids.
Yeah, that's the first Rashi.
First Rashi, Gedulim teaches the Ketanim, right? Why? Because the Gedulim are the Kohanim have all these restrictions. The Kohanim have way more restrictions than we do. And a Kohen wants to go play ball next to a cemetery. Yeah, I don't know about that. Don't go. Why? Because you're different. You're special. You're special. What do you mean special? You're special. You can't go. You're special. You're God's chosen or the chosen. You're special. You can't go. But I want to go marry this girl. You can't. Why not? Because she was divorced. I'm sorry. You can't marry her. Why? Because you're special. So you learn for the Kohanim have such a hard time. It teaches us we have to do the same thing with our kids. You have to teach them as much as you can.
Because you're special, you tell them.
Because you're special.
Because you're special.
We're so easy to tell our kids no, 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 but we're very hard to tell them why.
Because you're so special.
It's much easier to tell them no, because I said so.
Tell them.
You are special. You are special.
I know.
And you have to act like it.
Or else.
Not different. Special and different.
Different.
You want to be special, you want to be different.
Different.
I'd rather be special.
No, I mean, not special. My mother, you don't.
You be special.
You take care of him. He's special.
All you want.
Believe me.
Why don't you like the special thing?
Be special. New York special means a different thing, you know.
Don't go with this.
Well, you know what? I'll help you. I'll help you that you're right. I'm going to support you. What does Kedusha mean?
Separate.
Separate.
That would have been better.
Okay, good.
He's
right.
separate.
He's separate.
Yeah.
We're separate. We have to access.
Why is special no good? I just want to understand.
I don't know, but I'm trying to help my friend, so I found the proof to help him out. Alright, by the way, boys, this is all nice and dandy on a day that we sing Hallel. What about a day we don't?
Right, today.
What about a day like Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur that we don't? So what do the Malachim do? We said before the Malachim are waiting, like the Gemara Cholin. Why? Because of based on the Midrash that we bring, that the Malachim give kavod to each other. Why? Because they give the greater one. So what does it say in Cholin? That Havavin Yisrael Lifnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yoter Mimalachei Asheret. Why? Because Bnei Yisrael we say Hashem's name. By the way, there's a lot of sod behind these words. It's not just stam, because we say it after 2 words and the Malachim say it after 3. There's a whole lot more that's not discussed there.
Where's the 2-3 word difference?
We say Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. You say Hashem's name after 2 words. When Malachim say Kadosh 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 Hashem Sevakot. So they say God's name after 3 words. We say God's name after 2 words. I don't know what that means. Okay, so now that works well. That works well with someone. By the Mordechai, you better step up your game because you got to control this crowd. It ain't going to be easy. Okay, so this works on days that you do the Shira.
The best educator is just wait for quiet.
Okay, what about a day that Bnei Yisrael do not sing Shira?
It's going to go to like 1.
Right? Then it makes sense to say, like we said in Arachin, that the Malachim do not wait for us because they already know that we are not singing. Remember, the question we had is which one do it? Do they wait for us to sing or do they not?
So it's
both. It's both.
It depends on which day.
It depends on the day of the week. If it's Rosh Hashanah, every day. I don't know. Every day. What do you mean? It's a party. It's unbelievable, huh? Can you count on that?
How about
Well, you
let's
on that, yeah?
let Mashiach come and then we'll see.
So Mishum Ha'achi mitahila hayu rotzim lamtin. They originally wanted to wait for Bnei Yisrael to sing the Shirah, but when they see that Bnei Yisrael did it, now they ask the question. And now that Hashem answers them and explains to them why they're not singing because it's Yom Adin, then the Malachei Sheret start singing on their own because they understand Bnei Yisrael not singing today; they're off.
But any other time they would wait for us to start.
Always. Always.
Wait, any other Chag they would wait for us.
Right.
Yes, yes.
Yom Chol they don't wait
It's the
for us.
Yom.
Correct.
Yomim No'aim.
Right.
Yamim Noraim. Very good. Okay. Now, let's go. We have a lot of short ones in this field, but there's a lot of good ones. A lot of good ones.
Want to break free. It's a busy
What?
Parshat.
What's wrong with you? What are you doing?
To dream the Pittsburgh Rabbi.
What do you say? Don't come back here.
Don't say that. He was very happy. He was happy.
Oh,
He was so happy. He told me something very private, but he was very happy. He told me something. I said very private.
No, say, please.
A real dream, a real one.
I think so.
call him
I
in.
think
It's not a
so.
real one. I mean,
So you can come.
Huh? Right. I asked Rabbi Lipschitz once. I had a dream that he came to me in a dream. He was alive. Rabbi Lipschitz, my rabbi, is in
That's okay.
Afula.
They have a spa.
So I asked him once. I go,
Olam Emet.
so I wanted to know, like, was it real? Like, is it just me? I don't know. Maybe I had too many wings before I went to sleep. I don't know. So I don't know. So I call him up. It's Rabbi, you know Rabbi Lipschitz. Of course you do. So I was by him. I asked him, I go, Rabbi, I had a dream one time, and he came. I go, is it possible? Like it was real? So he goes, nobody knows what Hashem sends everybody at night. Like this. Like, what do you ask me for? Maybe yes, maybe no. Like, I can't tell you.
He probably was there.
So I'm meaning it might be. Yeah, it's very interesting. But the way he said it,
He doesn't want you to know, like, kind of.
Very, it might be. All right, we have a Gemara in Rosh Hashanah Yerushalmi. Mi goy gadol. Ezu uma ki umazu. What kind of nation is like our nation? Look how awesome. By the way, this is Musar for life. Look at the difference between us and the Goyim. When the Goyim go to trial, what are they? They're dressed in black. And they're all scared and they're crying. What do we do when we go to Yom Adin? We're white. We have a seudah. Right? My mother makes this thing's called a ribba. It's this big.
A ribeye?
No, ribba in Arabic. It's literally, it's
Arabic for ribeye?
no, it is not. You don't want to. When you see this, you don't want no ribeye. Okay, it's jumungo. It looks like a cow. Okay, and she makes it. I probably.
It sounds like
I don't know.
brisket.
It's a lot of
I was gonna say,
different.
It sounds like brisket.
It looks like it can't fit in the oven, and I don't know how she does it every year.
brisket.
But it's unbelievable. No, I'm not even joking. Rosh Hashanah. But the Goyim don't do that.
Can we come
They're
round?
afraid.
Is
Yeah.
this in Brooklyn?
Yeah, Brooklyn. Come on, 1990s, 26th.
I'll be there.
You should.
What is that between what?
S&T.
You should make one. I think last year you should make one.
What about? Tell my wife. I don't know if you
When is
can.
it last year? Next week?
No.
My wife is
No
asking.
last year. He's coming back.
My wife is asking. We're gonna have to move it next door. We have to move it now. Maybe next week we'll go next door.
Start moving, move your house.
My wife's like, when's the next case gonna be? I go, we're leaving in the month, so let's the week before we leave. She goes, no. What's the difference? We're not doing anything. We're not touching anything till like 2 days before the movers are coming.
That's what I'm.
Well, you're not packing the boxes? They're going to pack everything for you?
No, שיתוף.
Stop it. Stop
It will
it.
be okay.
Okay, I'm coming back. Okay, look what it says. Stop it. Come on. So okay, look. So look at the difference between us and the Goyim.
Charles, we see you coming back, Charles. We see you.
Stop doing that. It's weird. No, literally.
Charles, you made it back.
No, literally, that's weird. Looking for a friend.
All I'm looking for is just a friend.
That's great. All right, Vaita, come on, boys. So you have a Givarani Yusham Rosh Hashanah, right? Ki mi goy gadol, eze umah v'umah, right? What kind of nation is like this? Sheroheg ba'olam. Adam yesh lo din, right? When a person has din coming to him, he wears black clothes, he's fasting, he's doing all these sorts of things, and he doesn't know how the din's going to come out. But Yisrael eno ken, we're not like that. Right? We wear white and we wrap ourselves in white. Right? And we shave. Right? And we eat and we drink and we're happy. And we know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to do nisim for us. Even if things are bad, we know that Hashem is going to do nisim for us. Even if we don't, we always know that.
Who says we shave? Where does that come from?
For Rosh Hashanah, you don't get a haircut for Rosh Hashanah, the holidays?
Haircut and shaving is very different, my friend.
Well, it says specifically, galehim zekanam. Cuts their hair, their beard.
No, they trim it. They don't cut it.
Trim. No, you thinking clean shaven? No. Is that what you mean? No, trim.
Beard even.
Trim. So the question of Zera Shimshon is as follows: Demanyan hiluka amot le'inyan zeh. Why is the Gemara what is the Gemara coming to prove or show with this split between or comparison between us and the goyim? Halot hayad dai lomar. It would have been enough to say how much Hakadosh Baruch Hu loves Bnei Israel, that we dress in white, we eat and we drink. What are you bringing the miskinim, the goyim, for into this? What do you have? You understand? What are you bringing them that wear black and all this? Just talk about how great Bnei Israel is, how much Hashem loves Bnei Israel. Call it a day. Focus on the positive. Yeah. Why is the Gemara going out of its way to talk about the goyim wearing black and crying and they don't know what's going to be?
It's never a good marketing strategy to compare yourself to the competition.
Oh
Yeah.
Never.
So look,
really?
you have a Gemara in your mouth. This is very important.
What if you're
It
better?
doesn't look good. It doesn't look good to say we're better than them.
No, never say that you're better. Just say why you're just say why you're good.
Right, why you're good.
Say why you're good.
Why we separate ourselves?
Right.
No, we say talk about in marketing. In marketing, we say why you're good. Don't talk about the other guy.
Right.
It's a waste of time.
Well, it seems like the only reason why we're good is because Hashem chose us.
What's that?
Is that enough? Was that not enough?
Seems like that's going.
By the way, if I was protesting against all these dibs, okay, I would make a list of everything that Israel ever produced, everything that every Jew produced, and I would say you people should be thanking us.
They should.
You geniuses should be thanking. You're so dumb. If it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have the internet. If it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have Google. If it wasn't for us, why not?
It's not a logical argument. What do you,
The argument
they hate us for logical reasons?
No,
You're gonna prove to them that they
no. Yeah, it's true. I fell for my own trap. I fell because I'm against that, but it's important. It's important because you could limit the hurt. These guys are going out to protest. You can't say they're doing bad.
They are. They're beating up every Jew that's walking by now.
No, I'm talking about the others. The Jews coming to the protest. I'm not talking about the anti. No. By the way, I have an answer for all this stuff. Bear spray. Okay, you go to these. You say it's a 30-foot stretch.
Yeah.
You go here, it hits all the way over there. And it'll go all the way over there.
What does it do?
It's supposed to scare. Yeah, it's mace for bears.
when they make them run away.
Yeah, they're all itchy. Tom, you know what it is, no? Come on, because Tom kills bears with his bare hands. That's why.
He just looks at them.
You just no, you don't. Oh no, you don't.
To learn how to kill a bear. He goes,
All right, come on. Let's start. Let's start this over.
All right, guys. Purim was over 3 months ago.
Start this over. All right. So the Gemara of Sham. Okay, so now we know the question. Now we have a Gemara on Yomah. By the way, Yomah is a very important Gemara.
why?
Talks about all Seder Avodah.
Oh, nice.
It's a Gemara that people should learn. It's a beautiful Gemara. Gedulat Teshuvah is so strong. Shafiu Yahid She'asat Teshuvah Mohalin Lo Ulchol Ha'olam.
Wow, Kol Ha'olam.
Yeah, the Gemara says that Teshuvah is so strong that not only does his sins get forgiven, he could get the entire world's sins forgiven.
Why?
Because he can.
Kol Ha'olam.
Vehu Devar Tema. It's almost Zera Shimshon asking.
People taking accountability for themselves.
I'm not God's accountant, so I can't tell. But I hear what you. By the way,
our question. How
it's
is it that's
so. But look what it says. It's your question.
No way. And I didn't even do this one yet. What?
Vehu Devar Tema. It's shocking. Shehayahi kesheoset teshuvah yimhalu lechol ha'olam. That makes no sense. Vehalo midat adin lokeh. What do you mean? Midat adin is not going to have a job. What do you mean? If I make strong teshuvah, great. Now everything gets erased. Then what's the guy going to do all day? Right? The Av Shebatzinu. What do we see in Baba Metzia? Pei het Amud Aleph. Pei hey. I said that, no? Hey, sorry. Pei hey Amud Aleph. Shebishbil Yisurin. Look at this. Shebish. By the way, it's a that daf and a daf after that is crazy. All there's 3 pages of Baba Metzia. Pei Dalit. Pei hey. Pei Vav. It's Baba Metzia. It's not normal. All talks about Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai and his son. Look, Rabbi Azar ben Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, V'shel Rabbeinu HaKadosh haya reva gadol ba'olam, because the Yisurin that for 12 years, you had Rashbi and his son Rabbi Azar in the cave, only living off what? A carob, right? What did he eat? A carob, right? Carob and water, who every day would bury themselves in sand up to their neck and put their clothes out. They got, because they didn't want to wear out their clothes. They don't know how long they were going to be there for.
They only had one pair of clothes. They saved it for Shabbat. They came out Friday.
Why bury all the sand? Do you know how long it takes to get sand off?
Sure, that was the least of their problems. Trust me, that was the least. They were by the water. Goodbye, kid by the water. That's but no, because they have one thing they leave for Shabbat. We don't understand it because we're not Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. They wore on Shabbat because that's the best stuff they got. Sick. Come on, Tom. That's crazy. That's amazing.
So they were buried all week long.
I don't know.
That's what it says. It says they came out for Shabbat and
they had a tree of Charuvim.
Right. And his son-in-law, not Abila, what's his name?
He says,
Ben Pazi. What's his name?
Shimon, no?
Rabbi Shimon Ben Pazi. He took him to the bathhouse to clean him up after 13 years, and one of the hot water, or no, one of the tears. Why are you laughing?
I'm just thinking of the worker in the bathhouse at that time. Like, you bring me this.
So that's why his son-in-law. His son-in-law, not necessary. His son-in-law is crying, and one of the tears goes into one of the boils of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, and Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai screams, "Ah!" And he says, "I'm sorry, I can't stand to see you like this." And he says, it's emaciated and all blood and all it's all boils, cracks. And he says, "Thank God you do see me like this, because if you didn't see me like this, I never reached the levels I reached." Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai learned from Malachim. You have no idea. He when he first came out, he was burning things.
Oh, with his
burning, yeah. And then after the year, he sends it back. He goes, "Did I tell you to go in? Did I send you out? Did I bring you out so you can go destroy my world? Go back in for another 12 months." Goes back in, comes back out, and Rabbi Elazar continued to burn, and he would be metaken everything that his son would be burning. Okay, because Rabbi Elazar was Deen. Rabbi Elazar is Deen. What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. So the message that I heard this from Rav Neria. Who knows Rav Neria?
After that,
Yeah. So he told me this. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai was not his son. His son was Deen. What's right is right. What's not is right. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai had more compassion in him. So the bat kol that came out was specifically for Rashbi, not for his son. Okay, because you could say that. What do you mean? He didn't learn the lesson. The son kept burning things.
Yeah, Rabbi Elazar ben Shimon became a like Mishtara. He became like a police.
Yeah, that's the same Gemara.
Went around.
No, that's the Gemara, but that's different. All right, so look, but it's not answering the question because we're saying how is the Gemara and Yoma saying that a person that makes the shuvah, right, is as if all of his thing he has the power to clean all of his sins, and not only his sins, the entire world's sins. Even if you want to go according to what it says Baba Metzia, that you have the two Gedulei Ador who suffered for 12, 13 years, and they had such revach in the world, that's fine. But now it doesn't say over there that all their sins were forgiven. I mean, that's a tall order to say that everyone's sins are forgiven.
There's also a difference between shuvah and suffering.
True. But Dilma Yisurin, so okay, Dilma Yisurin Shani. Maybe you want to say that suffering is different. There's no reason that the entire world's sins should be forgiven. It's exactly Shlomo's question.
Unbelievable.
Don't cheat. Now, he brings Sefer Haredim, which is a book I recommend everybody buying. Okay?
Which book?
I don't know.
Robert Elazar ben Ashkenazi. He was Rabbi Elazar ben Ashkenazi. Is that one?
I don't know.
You have it?
No, I don't. I like if you
He
get
was
one, get one for me.
He was one of the top.
No, but it's a crazy book. It's crazy. I have Sefer Hasidim, which I love.
Is that also recommended?
No, it's just
Sefer
awesome.
Chassidim is Yehuda Chassid.
Yeah.
Sefer Charedim is Elazar ben Ashkenazi. Elazar Ashkenazi.
Okay. So what does he say? Sefer Haridim says what? She'Yisrael hem goy echad ba'aretz. This is something very, very heavy.
And places.
That Bnei Israel are one nation, right? What does it say? V'chol Yisrael hu guf echad. We're all one body. V'chol echad miYisrael ever echad. We're all one limb of this body. U'b'Yaakov kara katuv nefesh. Right? When it says Yaakov, Hashivim nefesh yadu Mitzrayimah.
It means nefesh.
70 nefesh, yachid. To show what? That we're all one. We're the same person. We're that's different people. Yes, that's what it says nefesh.
When we have the sinat chinam.
Of course.
That's why we're messed up.
Yes. But by Esav, it says nafshot.
Yeah. It
says nafshot.
And Rav instead of kol.
Right. Well, yeah, but I don't know if that's Rav the same point.
Like all kinds
but kol is not one.
It is.
Kol is everything. Kol is not one.
Yeah, but it's miyach and everything.
Maybe. Okay, that's true.
What do you mean about Paul? What do you mean?
Well, he says yes. He says no. I don't need. I have everything. I have enough. I have a lot. I don't need your gift. Yaakov gave a crazy gift to Esav when he met him.
Okay.
And what does he tell him? He tells him,
I have everything.
he says, and Yaakov says, no, take everything, I have everything I need.
Cool.
But Yaakov says, no.
Taking the painting to America?
There, yes, I am. That's mine.
What do you think?
It's beautiful.
Mine.
Maskeret.
That's mine. It means a lot to me. Yeah, by the way, yes. So now, okay, guys, relax. I'll give you the chairs later. Okay. So now we're learning that everybody from Am Yisrael is one limb of the body. Okay. Therefore, when a Yachid does make teshuvah, the whole world is created is muhari. What does it mean? The whole world, all of Am Yisrael.
And when somebody
Because we're
does
all one group.
Chas v'shalom,
It's the same thing.
when somebody does what could happen?
By the way, it's true. You can't have your cake and eat it too. If you want to have the ability, if you want to have the ability to be able to wipe off all the bad stuff of Am Yisrael, you better be sure that you have the power to add pegam on all of Am Yisrael at the same time.
What?
The good and the bad.
No, it's saying
You can't-
we're one.
You understand what I mean? It makes sense. You can't. It's not a one-way street. If you have that power, yeah. If you have that power, that means you have the power to do the other way. It doesn't mean you only have the power to do one way. It has to be, right? It has to
Otherwise,
be.
it's not fair.
It doesn't mean much.
We're one body.
But wait a second, this is Israel, it doesn't talk about the rest of the world.
No. So that's the Hainu Lechol Yisrael. We are the world, my friend. We are the world. Okay?
Charles, this is why it's so scary when people think that they could do what they want. And they say, I'm not bothering you, let me live my life. I want to
Doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that
I
way.
want to eat pitot on the Pesach. I'm not bothering you, what do you care? It's, democracy, let me live, but I'm not bothering you. Here, look, he's telling you, no.
You are.
It's one goof.
You are. And not only that, but that's why the people, I forgot which one, on a Mossad, the people go out and kill the Mossad, they stone him.
What's Mossad?
Mossad is an informant. A snitch. A rat. Okay, the people why?
Like
Doeg? Yeah, it's a snitch. So why do the people do it? Because this guy affected everybody. Why? Because when a person is Mossad, you're giving power to the Koach Sitra Hara, which in turn gives power to the Umot Ha'olam, the leader of the world, and which in turn you get affected. Your parasah gets affected. Your relations get affected. Everything gets affected. So you kill the guy because you have a direct correlation with this guy that's Mossad on the government.
So we should be stoning more often the haters of Judaism.
No, but the opposite is true too. A person who's able to make someone or is able to bring someone to do one more thing, the opposite is true too. Meaning, like we're looking at it as the Mossad is a chotel machti.
Yeah.
But now let's look at the other way. Say the person.
Chozek u'machzik.
Right, exactly.
That's exactly what we're saying here.
Yeah.
And that's what we're saying. How could it be that a person could all of the sins has the power to release all the sins of the world? We're saying because we're one nation and we're one body, one unit. So one nefesh, right? Nefesh, right? So what are we? So when you do, it's the world is what is us. The world that all the sins are saved are wiped away are our sins, the Jewish people. And in Gemara Temura, okay, the Temura is one of the small Masechtot, I think. It says Rabbi Yossi and Rabbi Shimon. They say Minayin leomer ragla shel zo ola. Oh, it's a great one.
He says on the cow, this leg of this cow, I'm bringing all.
How do you know that? How do you know that? You learned it?
I'm reading Hebrew. It's not written in Yiddish.
Omer ragla shel zo ola shekula ola. She'emar kol asher yiten mimenu laHashem. How do you know that if I say this thigh of the cow, I'm going to hekdesh. I'm going to give this thigh of this animal as hekdesh. How do you know the whole animal is hekdesh? Maybe not. Maybe it's not. When you checked it, it's
What's
just
a thigh?
how? Because it says regel. Yeah, thigh. Yeah, sure. Because it says kol asher yiten mimenu laHashem. Keshu omer yeh kodesh. Lerabot et kula. So it says, Kol Asher Yiten Mimenu LaHashem. When he says the words, when he says, I'm going to give everything from it to God, will be Kodesh. When he says the word will be Kodesh, it encompasses everything. It encompasses the whole animal. So you can't just look. An animal's money, and if a cow costs $4,000 or $3,000, I want to give 101. I don't want to give 10,000, and I don't want to give 10,000 to the shul. I'm giving 101 to the shul. Leave me alone. Let me give my shok. No, if you're going to give it as a hekdesh, it's the entire animal. Okay, that's the Gemara.
Hekdesh is for what?
Beit HaMikdash. Hekdesh
the
is
value of
the Well, no. First of all, you give the animal, but if you want to swap it out, you can. Yeah, you could do that. Right. You could do that.
A net there or a net dabah? I feel like the animal is better to give than the pidyon.
No, you just swap it out. You give another animal. You give another animal. If you get look, so it's actually this week's parasha. You have nedava neder. Hey, now we're starting over.
Aleph.
Thank God.
So look,
review.
I'll review it in a few minutes. Okay, you ready? You sure? You with me? The Gemara says, Tommy, you good? Oh, I love it. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
It's a good thing.
And I still won't know to think about it. Of course, great. I know the answer.
You got the line.
Okay, look. We have a Gemara in Yerushalmi. Okay, you have a Gemara Bavli and you have a Gemara Yerushalmi. Okay, you listening? The Gemara says, "Look how amazing Bnei Yisrael are," versus the Goyim. When the Goyim go to get judged, when they go to court, they wear black. And they don't, they're scared, they act all humble, they're all nervous, they don't know what to do. But when Bnei Yisrael go to Deen, what do? We wear white, we cover ourselves in white, we make drinks, we make food, we make, we're all happy. That's the difference between us and them. Even on Yom Kippur, we dress in white, without the food and drink. But it's a Yom Tov. Yom Kippur is a Yom Tov. Yeah. I remember as a kid, I used to love Yom Kippur.
I remember my last Yom Kippur with you.
With what?
With you.
Oh yeah, was that last year?
The Ilah.
No way, that was last year.
Is that insane?
That was heavy. That was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that. It's crazy. It's unbelievable.
I can't even think about you not being there, man.
I'm gonna be here for that.
Yeah.
Yom Kippur, yeah. I'm coming from Rosh Hashanah till after Shavuot. Sure. Okay, look. That's true also, by the way.
Will you do shirim? That's the question.
In America, yeah, there's a couple of people ask me, or whatever. I gotta get settled. I gotta settle the wife, the kids. But I got my books in, okay, in the deal house. 150 books.
Wow.
What kind of books? What do you know?
Yeah, I ordered Shas. I ordered.
So what are you gonna do with these?
These are for Brooklyn.
Nice
try.
I wasn't implying that at all.
Nah.
Where are you going to live?
I want the document.
I'm living in Brooklyn. But it's summer we go somewhere else. These are going to go to Brooklyn, but...
What did you say? You bought houses for somewhere else?
For a deal in Jersey in
we
summer.
get some of this farm here for this year?
Yeah, all the art scrolls I'm keeping, and I'm getting you more.
Thank you.
I'm getting you more.
What about the Torah analogy?
Huh?
Analogy.
The what?
Me'orod.
That's mine. Why, you want some?
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. Okay. So look, the Gemara says, look at this between Bnei Yisrael and the way the Goyim are. The question of Zera Shimshon is, what's the big deal? Because why don't you just say how great Bnei Yisrael are? Why do you have to throw in the Goyim and say, you're making fun of them? Or say, why are you doing that? Like, you say that they wear black and do all these things. Okay, say that how great Bnei Yisrael are, that they do awesome. That's fine. Yeah. Right? And just say how much God loves Bnei Yisrael and call it a day. Right. Okay. The Gemara in Yomah comes and says that Teshuvah is so strong. Listen. Now, Gedula is so strong that a person is able to wipe away the sins of an entire world. You heard that, Yoni? You will make teshuvah. 1 second, I'm reviewing. If you make teshuvah, you have the power to wipe away the sins of the entire world. And the question is Zera Shimshon and Shlomo Mitzvah.
Too bad it doesn't go also to the Goyim, no?
Nah, I don't know about that. Why?
Fix the world.
Tikkun Olam?
What does that mean? Dimion, like a liberal, dimion.
Doesn't sound right. I don't know. The Goyim have a tikkun? Goyim have tikkunim? I don't think so. I never saw anywhere that says Goyim have tikkunim.
I'm just saying, because it says in, it says.
Alright, let's go. Come on, let's
You're
keep going.
special like the Eved Tevi.
What?
Tevi had tikkunim.
Who's Tevi?
Eved from Rabbi Gamliel.
Oh, yeah, tikkunim.
He was able to join him.
What'd you call him?
Tevi.
His name was Tevi? No, his name was
Tevi Abdi. Yeah.
Tevi Abdi. Rabbi Gamliel's Eved.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So the Gemara says. So the question is, how could that be? How could I make teshuvah? Even I don't care how great it is, and I wipe away the whole thing. That's ridiculous.
Wait, 1 second. Wait 1 second. What, the Goyim are supposed to be in the world to stay in the chaos forever?
Depends.
Hashem wants to. He created billions of people to just be like monkeys forever. And
some are monkeys, some are not.
To have any.
I didn't say that.
Anything.
I'm asking.
I don't know.
No, they're going to be. The good ones will be around. First of all, the Zohar says.
If you have a
the Zohar says.
That's what I want to talk. Mike, and that's it. But
Johnny's question really bothers me always.
The Zohar says, first of all, the Goyim are going to be here. But it depends what they're going to be doing. The Zohar says that when Mashiach comes, right, we're all going to be going, and all you're going to have like 2,800. You're going to have like all these Goyim holding onto every string of your tzitzit. Okay, and they're going to be your slaves. So there's all these things. It's not physical.
Like prison.
Right, but they're also
It's not
coming to Bet Mikdash and bringing korbanot.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff. Look, no one knows what's going to be Atid Labo. No one knows what's going to be Atid Labo. All we know is that we're in the time.
It won't work like that.
That's right. Something radical that he wrote that at the next process of Geulah, all the humankind would be one unit, like Israel and the nations would be.
That's
together.
one I didn't hear before. That's a good one. That's more comforting than everything else I learned.
I can show you the Makor, the source. Like he said it, I was amazed, and I think it fits to the Navi that it says that in Chag Sukkot, whoever believes in God would come and
give korbanot. We'd substitute. We'd give whatever was the balance.
Whoever believes would get the present.
Look, if a goy does good, they're going to be here. If a goy does bad and mekatreg b'nei Israel, they ain't going to be here. It's very simple. But it's not, it's naturally.
What if a Jew does bad?
Okay.
It just got real.
The Zohar says, and my father always makes a joke. He goes, the Zohar says, by Mitzrayim, you had only 4/5 died, only 1/5 of Bnei Israel left Mitzrayim. Hamushim. There's another opinion in Gemara, I'm sorry, the Zohar, that says that the Erev Rav was so much, it was like 4/5 of the Bnei Israel that actually left. And he goes, the rabbis never pushed that one. He goes, push the first one. But in the time of Mashiach, it's going to be the same. The Zohar says in the time of Mashiach, it's going to be the same, where only Hamushim is going to be left. Everybody comes back with tikkunim. You have a job to do. You're born where you're born, and you're here for a reason, and you're born to your parents because those parents are going to help you fulfill your tikkun the best. Because you picked them in Shemayim. You picked them in Shemayim. Okay? Now, if you don't, and after all the gilgulim that you have, you can't make it, then it's a problem. Okay? Now, the people that just don't get the message are going to have an even bigger problem. That's why Ahdut is so important. That's why Ahdut is so important. You got to care about people that you don't like. You got to care about people that you don't like. Jews.
So if you care about people that you don't like, then you're good to
Start with Jews. Don't worry about the other guys. Start with Jews. Then we'll worry about all the other guys.
That's the biggest
If you
challenge.
care about people that you don't like, then you're good to go.
I can start with my brother.
If you care about people that you don't like, you'll get there first. Get there first. That's a tall order. That's a tall order. To care about people that you don't like. Or to like people that think that they're better than you. How about that one? Right?
That's hard.
Of course it's hard.
I went through that this week. I'm still working on liking them.
Tiferet, it's a hard week. That's why.
I find that praying
Tiferet's the harmony.
What's next week? What's next week?
Now we're in Netzach now.
What's next week?
Decided that's the only way.
Hod's even harder.
Oh, come on. Okay, so now back to what we're saying. So if a person makes teshuvah, he's saying he has the power to wipe away the sins of the whole world. How does that work? That doesn't sound right. Right? Does that sound right to you?
No, I was about to ask.
That doesn't make any sense. All right, look. We bring down in Sefer Haredim that Bnei Israel are called Goy Ehad Ba'aretz. We are one nation, meaning that all of Israel are from one body, Guf. And boy, I'm going to throw in what it says that it says, I think it's in the Zohar, that says the Kiseh HaKavod has, how many neshamot are we? 600,000. Shishim Ribor. Right. Which were really 70. But call it 600,000. Until all of so every generation, there's neshamot that get executed or are released from the chest on the Kiseh HaKavod. Once that chest is empty, then Mashiach comes. Do you know what the name of that chest is called?
Otzar neshamot.
Guf.
Makes sense.
Guf. Is that crazy?
Only to be dead.
No, Guf is body. All the shishim ribor, that's all in that's in this chest, that's under Kiseh HaKavod, that the neshamot, the Bnei Israel going out, they're making the tikkunim and coming back and going out, they're coming back.
It's in the
Called Guf. Body. It's all the same. We are all part of one.
Now, okay.
You understand? That's why it's called goof. Does that make sense?
Okay.
You following? So what does it say? It says Goya.
Makes so much more sense that some can be mitaken the whole am because we're all.
You can be mitaken your thing. I mitaken mine. The Kohen mitaken his.
It's not that much as 6 million. It's like
It's not so hard. It's not so easy. But the Ariza says you everything that you do, he explains it like a chandelier. Tikkun olam, he explains it as a chandelier. Okay, why? Chandelier is a nivreshet. הרבה נרות, right?
כמו בתי כנסת הגדולים.
כן, איך אומרים בצרפתית? שנדלר.
In Africa, you know how many people die from hunger there?
Oh my God, what does that have to do with chandeliers?
When the world comes to the Bet HaMikdash, and the Jews...
Nothing to do with what I just said. Zero. But zero.
And the Jews are in charge.
Do me a favor.
Believe me, when the Jews are in charge of the world...
Azriel, I love you, but that's not your best. You had better.
I didn't try to get the best. I was just trying to say...
Listen. I know.
That,
Boys, come on. The Ariz, come on, I want to finish soon.
כשהיהודים יהיו במקום עם בית המקדש, השפע גם ילך למסכנים שם ונעביר את זה להם, הם לא ימותו מרעב.
For sure. So the Ariza says that all tikkun olam is like a chandelier, which means what? You could reach certain lights to turn on. The Kohen could turn on certain lights. A Levi could turn on certain lights. Okay, Yoni could do certain lights. Shlomo could do certain. I do certain. If we are all united and we love each other, then we get the benefit of each other's light, and then the whole chandelier is illuminated. And that's where Mashiach comes. You understand? You understand? That's the key. So let's go back. So I'm getting.
בנברשת אז מה זה אם כולם זה יש יותר אור כל אחד נראית שלו אבל עכשיו יש איזה משהו.
No, it's one giant chandelier. Not each individual. One giant chandelier. But you put your candles, you're lighting your candles. But if you want to benefit from the other candles on the chandelier, you have to have achdut. That's why the Ariza says, right? You have to accept upon yourself before you pray.
And Kriyat Shema al Hamita, good call by the way.
Baruch HaMapil, very important.
What if you don't love yourself?
Oh, get over yourself.
What if you don't love yourself?
I don't care. That's your problem. That's your problem. I know people that don't like themselves but love other people. Figure it out. I don't care. Love is your friend. Love is not your enemy. I'm sorry. Instead of pushing it away, you got to bring it close.
My ex-wife told me before she left, she said, you don't love yourself, you could never love me.
Well, I don't care. She ain't here. It don't matter. Okay? What I'm telling you what matters is that that shalom and ahava is the only thing that Hashem really has. He doesn't have evil. There's no such thing as bad. You understand? It's only good. All good.
Hashem's all good. Even though if we get punished, it's all from love.
Okay, let's go. Right, it's true. Yeah. So now, stop singing. Every time, what's with these lines? So look, now, Bnei Israel all from Guf Ehad, and all of Bnei Israel from, everyone has its own limb. Shh, I'm not going to continue. Everyone has their own limb. Everybody has their own limb. You understand?
Shh. Better laugh hard, because we're in big trouble.
Moshe. Okay, so again, we're going to start again. Sefer Haredim says, right, that Bnei Yisrael Goy Ehad Ba'aretz, and all Yisrael is from Guf Ehad, we're all part of one, right?
Yeah.
And all of Yisrael is, every one of us is from a different part of the body.
Yeah.
Okay? By the way, Moshe Rabbeinu was from Adam and Rishon, we're all part of Adam and Rishon. One body. Moshe Rabbeinu was from the Goren. Was from the Goren of Adam and Rishon.
We spoke about that a while
Yes, we did. Right, that's why he was able. The Nevuah was able to be sent from his mouth when all the other Nevi'im had to suffer. Why? Because he was from the Goren who did not enjoy from eating. Every other Eved enjoyed. So every other Navi that came out had to suffer because that to be mitaken. It's a that. So Yaakov. Right, and the nefesh, by the way, called nefesh, right? Shivim nefesh. Yaakov, it's called nefesh. 70 people, but it's called nefesh. By Esav, it's called nafshot. He has many people. By Yosef, by Yaakov, it's one. Okay? So now, since we're all from one, and we're all Eved Ehad, when one person does teshuvah, and he does it the right way, the answer is yes, the entire body gets forgiven. The entire body gets forgiven. Okay? And the Gemara Temura, Rabbi Yossi and Rabbi Shimon say, how do we know that if you make Kadesh one leg of an animal, the entire thing gets done? Because it says, Yeh Kodesh, lerabot et kula. Yes. Okay.
I have a question. If the guy that did tshuva, bemet, and he fixed everything at that moment when he did tshuva, right? Then the next minute, another Jew, which is also...
So that's why it's constant. I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah,
it's constant. It's amazing, but it's constant.
That's the world, bro. Yeah.
That's why it says that Mashiach is here. But one of the Mekubalim say it's like Mashiach is holding onto a rope, and we're holding onto the other side. Who's holding onto the rope? He's physically here. But all we do is we keep shaking it. So he's like trying to grab it. He's like, he got it. He almost got it. That's what Mashiach is now. He's coming. He's ready. We're literally on the tip. That's what Pikavot says. Right? Act like today's your last day.
Whoa.
Act like today's your last day.
Well, pour me another shot, quick.
I don't think
Alright,
that's all the Arizal meant.
דהי מקדיש עבר אחד מן הבהמה, היא באה ולא הפשטה, היא אסורה כולה גיזה לעבודה. Oh, so, what is it saying over here?
Right, it says here.
Oh, right. It means, it also says that there's a safek, are you allowed to gozez the animal or let the animal work? And so even the Rambam holds the Chumrah, because I think the Gemara doesn't have a maskana. I think it's take over there. I think. Right.
Desires to shear.
Right, to shear, right. Are you allowed to shear it or not? Am I allowed to take the wool?
If you see a leg of an animal or the whole animal, does that mean the animal is the whole thing is kodesh, or just the leg is kodesh?
Right. So the Rambam holds the Chumrah that you can't even go as the animal. So that means that one piece made the entire thing kodesh. Very good. Kodesh. Now, when the Yahid makes teshuvah, even if it's just one part of the entire guf that made teshuvah and made itself hekdesh, made itself kadosh, right? The prosecutors can't even come close. Because the entire body, this animal, which is us, as long as we make kadosh.
So the next guy does the next avera.
Okay, so like I said, it's a balance. What we want. That's why Mashiach's not here yet, because it's just that's the way it is. לפי שכל הגוף אסור בגיזה ועבודה, ומכל שכן אם נאמר כמו שאמרו, like it says in ילקוט שמעוני, on the pasuk ונפל ממנו רב, שאפילו יחיד נשא בעיניו רב, that even individual is called many people, שאף כאן כל יחיד ויחיד נקרא עבד והנשמה תלויה בו. ובוודאי דאליבה כולם עמה פשיטה כל הקדושה. So if we're learning that if one piece could be mekadesh. First of all, what are we saying? That we are a body. Good? We're one body. We're also learning that if you have an animal that's hekdesh, I want to be hekdesh one part of the animal. It doesn't work. The entire thing's hekdesh. Now the Gemara, one second. Then the Gemara says, well, what about can I shear it or can I let the whole animal work?
Nothing.
So it says you can't do nothing
unless you trade it.
No.
Oh, unless you trade it. But then you just the next one.
It says.
No, Tmura is a
Are you able to just do monetary value?
No,
but you're talking about an animal. You're talking about an animal that I'm making this thigh of this animal. I'm only giving the thigh as a korban, which is fine. But the whole animal's hekdesh.
Right.
The whole animal's hekdesh. So if the whole animal's hekdesh and you can't even do any work to it, or you can't even shear it, so now take that and understand for B'nai Yisrael. We're all one Eved of one giant body. So by making teshuvah, by making teshuvah, you're not able, the Mekatrigim are not able to touch us. Because of the teshuvah that guy did.
So somebody who's necessarily Torah observant or not has the same power over the whole nation? As long as they're Jews.
Say again?
On the inner level,
somebody who's Torah observant or not still has the same power with their actions.
Yeah.
Wherever they're holding.
To good or bad.
For good or bad, basically.
That's exactly the da'at that we have to let everybody know about.
Again.
That any action that you do, everybody pays for
somebody
it.
who's not necessarily following the Torah.
Yeah.
They have the same power over the entire.
Oh, 100%. If you make this Shema, oh my gosh, you become Superman overnight.
And hafuch down.
Yeah, 100%.
Who are the Mekatrigim?
Mekatrigim are the prosecutors in Shemayim. Once because you affect
Hamas
everything.
comes down here in Hamas.
Once you make a dish, one part of you, it mekadesh is the entire body, like we learned in the Gemara Timura, right, with the animal. So therefore, all of Bnei Seel that are connected and one Eved of every part of one giant body, everything becomes kadosh, and now the mekadesh can't do nothing. But yeah, now you have a guy on the other side who doesn't do the other. It's all. 1 second, let me just finish this. Now, why are we jumping from one nation to another? That's the exact reason why we're making the distinction. Because we are one nation, we are one body, we are one people. Where the goyim are not. That's why. No, don't talk and say mehila. It's not fair. It's like my accounts who didn't pay in 6 months and it's saying, all right, I'll get back to you. Okay, I'm trying to get you a check. All right, you've been telling me that forever. You ain't getting me a check. What am I going to do?
So where do you do that?
6 months?
Sometimes. All right, that's not the point of what I was trying to say. So that's why, remember the first question was, why does the Gemara have to show the difference between us and the Goyim? Just say how much God loves us. Because we have a special quality. Quality is that we're all one. It's insane. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable that we're one. And we're literally one. And that's what, to show that the Goyim are not. They're not Guf Ehad. Esau, we said, is Nafshot. We are Nefesh Ehad from Yaakov. So when one person, makes teshuvah, then the entire people make teshuvah.
So
it's crazy.
Shaul, this goes back to saying, why are we so joyful on Yom Adin? Is because we know that we have this quality that enables us to get back.
And also Yom Kippur, we know we wipe clean. But yeah, you're right.
And meaning that's how he loops back to it. Meaning the reason we're able to be so happy on Yom Adin is because we have this extra quality.
It's true. You never, by the way, I don't know if you guys experienced it, but there's nothing better than like that one time you made crazy teshuvah. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, you know what I mean? Like that.
I won't be here. Otherwise.
Yeah, but everyone has. You know what I mean? Like that one. You know, like that crazy, like earth shattering. You know, teshuvah. And from Ahava, it's not from Yirah, it's from Ahava.
Godless Rishon.
It's the real.
I want to get it. This great awakening, Gadlot Rishon.
Okay, I gotta say this small story I heard today.
I got it.
So this girl goes to a Nova festival. Her friends are like, yo, let's go. She left everything about the Jewish path except for she still keeps sniut. Still sniut. Mashu lo normali. It's like, that's not a popular thing.
Interesting.
Anyway, she has a dream before the Nova festival. What's gonna happen? Her friends call her, she says, no, I'm not going, and Matzav. They're like, dude, it's just a dream. Like,
she had a dream of the attack people?
She's like, yeah, they're like, don't worry about it, just go, come on, join us. Her mom's like, זה לא רק שבת, זה גם שמחת תורה, אל תלך. Sure enough, she goes with her friends. The attack starts happening. She sticks her face in the dirt, and she just starts davening. She's like, Hashem, like, save me from here, please, I promise, I'll come back to you fully. I'll be there for you completely. She feels a tap on her shoulder, or somebody grabbing her. The stairs picks her up. He says, what are you doing here? You're dressed like this, you shouldn't be here.
Wow.
No.
Come on.
He says, follow me.
What are you talking about?
No, he says, run. She says, if I run, they're going to shoot me. They're shooting everybody. He says, okay. He grabs her sweater without even touching her, just pulling her sweater. They run together. Nobody bothers him because they think he took a girl, sababa. They run into the woods, and he lets her go.
What are you talking about?
I heard this today.
Where?
On Stories to Inspire.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I'll
send it to me.
You.
I don't believe that.
And
no, you didn't.
She tells it to her grandma. Her grandma looks at her. She says, "Do you think that person was a terrorist?"
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was just like,
no, you have
I'm
on Stories to Inspire.
Right now.
Send it to me. I'm on Stories to Inspire. No, that's not normal. Who said it? Which rabbi said it?
I think Rabbi Haber, if not mistaken.
No. So I'll tell you another one. You want to talk about Nova? Wow. That there was a boyfriend girlfriend, and there was a guy that one of their friends died, and the Lu Nishmato, the guy puts tefillin on every day.
Done. Send.
Thank you very much. I got it.
Send it to the group.
What's on? Send it to the group.
Which one?
I don't know. Do we have a group?
Yeah, we have.
Anyway, whatever.
Send it to Ellie. He'll send it to you.
All right.
Okay.
So anyway, so he has a dream. The guy comes to them to the girl in a dream, And he says, they allowed me to come in the zechut of what your boyfriend's doing, which they're all friends, to not go. So she wakes up and then she goes, we're not going to the Novfest. She goes, she goes, I'm not going. So the boyfriend's like, all right, if you're not going, I'm not going. I ain't going to fall for that one. I ain't going. So they didn't go, and then the Nova happened. It's crazy.
Why didn't she go? Because of what?
Because of a dream that she had of one of the boyfriend had a friend who died, and when he died 2 years ago, the boyfriend the boyfriend made a thing. He's gonna put on tefillin every day.
Okay.
As not religious.
No.
So in the zechut of him putting tefillin on,
Yeah.
Shamayim allowed the niftar to come to the girl, I guess, because she had to tell them not to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of crazy stories.
A lot of crazy stories.
Wow.
The guy with the tattoos,
And it's all like testimonies people really say
There's a
with
guy
their names
who
and
has
everything.
kids, and he was like running. He's running away from the terrorists in his car. And he tells his wife, puts his wife.
Oh, of course I know that one. Of course I know that one.
Wait,
what happened?
He tells it.
All right, last one. Then we're gonna do Vav because Vav's super short and it's a good one.
Basically, he's like this. He has tattoos. You see him all over the place. His tattoos all over his arms and wherever. And he says, the thing happens, like whatever's going on there, October 7th is happening. He jumps in the car with his kids, and he says Hashem, and he puts he forces his wife's head down, and he says, Hashem, just take us out of here. I'll keep Shabbat from now on. That's what he said. And somehow he says, I'm driving and I feel the car getting shot. And somehow he just keeps on driving. He doesn't stop. Just doesn't stop. And he's like, the guy, I'm telling you, the guy, you can see his picture all over. He's got wearing a mamash. He says, that's it. He said that was it.
Wearing what mamash?
He has tattoos all over his body.
Leaving
Israel?
He says, I'm keeping Shabbat from now on. That's it. He's like, he's like, there has to be something from her. He said,
Wow.
not a scratch and enough.
Yeah, no, it's not normal. All right, let's go to Vav number 6, and then we're going to finish for the night. There's a Gemara Rosh Hashanah that says Rosh Hashanah, right? Everybody goes on Rosh Hashanah through Hakadosh Baruch Hu like Kibrei Maron. What are you watching?
Huh?
What are you doing?
I got sidetracked.
What were we in school? How did that even come up? So Rosh Hashanah says everybody goes through. Everybody go. Come on, 5 minutes. I just wanted to. I'm stealing this one. This class ended 5 minutes ago. Class ended 5 minutes ago. I got to do this one. Can I do this one?
Bring down some lachlangin and we're good to go.
Right?
That's true.
All right, look. So it says that Bnei Yisrael go in front of God like Kibrei Maron. What is Kibrei Maron? The Gemara says you have 3 opinions. 1-1. Right, but now look at what it says. One, it says like Kibrei Son. We go like the song. You count them as it goes through that little thingy. 1, 2. You wonder how many sheep you have. You count the inventory.
Rosh Hashanah, we're in the fun of
Emor. You want to take over?
Yeah.
The second opinion is Rabbi Shimon ben Lakish, which is Resh Lakish. What does he say? It says K'ma'alot b'nei Horon, like a narrow path of the Mount of Horon, right? Because which means what? You can only go one at a time. Okay. The third opinion is Rabbi Yehuda. It says the name of Shemuel, like the soldiers of David. The soldiers of Bet David, they would count them as they go. You want to know what the sense is? How many soldiers are going out to war? Okay, they have 3 opinions. What is again? The Tanakh the Gemara says Bnei Yisrael go out like what? Kibrei Maron. The question is, what does that mean? Kibrei Maron. What does that even mean? So you have 3 opinions. One says that they go out like sheep, okay, one by one like sheep. The second one says it's going out like a narrow path on a mountain, and the third one is like soldiers of Bet David. So now the question is, what are they arguing on? And they all agree that they're going one by one. So why does each one feel the need to give their own example? That must mean that they hold something. Okay? And it seems that the machloket is based on machloket Tanaim. Okay? The couple of generations before them. Let's say what? Rabbi Meir holds that everybody's judged on Rosh Hashanah. And the Gezar Din is segurod, right, is done on Yom Kippur. Sealed. For right in English is what is Yom Kippur. Rabbi Yehuda says that no, everybody gets Rosh Hashanah, but it's not sealed until the proper time, which means the grain on Pesach, water, right, Mayim on Sukkot. Okay, Shavuot is fruit. Very good. You understand? So Rosh Hashanah, you get your commitment letter. But according to Rabbi Yehuda, but the payout is not until certain times of the year based on who you are. You understand? Good. Now the third one.
Kind of amazing, that opinion. Wow.
Yeah, Rabbi Yossi is even worse. Says Adam nidon kol bekol yom. Okay, so chill your bones. Right? Rabbi Yossi says you get judged every day.
My Zaidi told me something on that. Allah Shalom.
Tell me.
We had to go
I'm not sure.
Rosh Hashanah, they tell you how much you're gonna get, your parnasa, and Yom and Nodim Koradam Yom Yom. How you enjoy it? How are you gonna enjoy that?
Oh.
The shefa that you got, and Rosh Hashanah, how much parnasa you're gonna get for all year, and they don't. That's already declared. But the Nodim Koradam Chol Yom, how much you're gonna enjoy that shefa that came to you?
How much you gonna enjoy that shit? Right, that's amazing. That's scary.
Zaidi told me that. Allah
That's
Shalom
scary.
on the telephone once.
That's great.
Years ago.
That's great. That's great. So look, so you see, we have three opinions. We have three opinions in the Gemara. Three Amoraim saying, well, how B'nai Yisrael go? How do they get judged? Everybody agrees that they go one by one, but they give three different analogies. Why do they say what they say? Because maybe the Zera Shimshon is coming up with a great Hidush saying it must be, it's Talui on a Mahloket Tanaim, right? That's brought also in the same Gemara, right? That Rabbi Meir holds that everybody's judged on Rosh Hashanah, but the Gezar Din, right? The payout is on Yom Kippur. That's Segura on Yom Kippur, right? Which is the way we hold, right? Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur. By the way, payout.
The payout.
Like the seal deal, like whatever you got, you can't change it. By the way, Hasidim say even Hanukkah. Like, when I heard that, I'm like, oh, come on. I said, really? I go, come on, leave me alone. That's a lot.
End of Hanukkah. And then some say even Shovavim.
Charles, you're almost
Shovavim.
Come on, don't.
Shovavim. And then some say even Purim.
Some would say the next Rosh Hashanah.
So they just push off Midas Adin. That's the Nukud.
That's went to Kever Rachel on Hoshana Rabbah last year.
That's cool.
Do you know what kind of
now we bring our rabbis to sell there,
and
and we did a minyan. We're staying up there, and then we did nets there in a minyan.
Wow.
And Rabbi Ades was in a minyan right behind us,
Screaming.
and he was screaming, and you could feel like there was something going on there.
Not me.
Wow.
But we had no idea. We had no idea at all.
Screaming.
But it was like really like, oh God, what's going on here? Like, what's happening? Rabbi Ades was like,
One of the Gedolim before October 7th, like a month before, a couple weeks before, had a very horrible dream.
Who, you?
No. One of the Gedolim. And he said, I don't remember, I have the name, I don't know. It was on Yeshiva World or something. And he says that something very bad is going to happen to Am Yisrael. And it's
who was it? Which Gadol?
I don't know. Gadol, I don't know his name. No. Who? No. So again, so it's talui on the mahloket of the Amoraim, it's talui on the mahloket of the Tanaim, right? And it says three different times based on when does it fall. Rabbi Meir holds, the first one holds, that you judge the Gezai Dim on Yom Kippur, on Rosh Hashanah, and it's sealed on Yom Kippur. Rabbi Yehuda says that everybody gets judged on Rosh Hashanah, and it gets sealed, right, based on different times of the year, based on who you are. Okay, grain, fruit, rain, okay, and people. Right, is Yom Kippur. Right, Rabbi Yossi says that everybody gets judged constantly every day.
whoa,
heavy. So now we're gonna match up each. We're gonna match up each one to each one. Yeah, but now you're smart enough to digest it properly and not freak out.
You're fit.
Good.
You're fit.
So now, what about this? Let's talk about the sheep. The sheep you could hold like Rabbi Meir. Why? Because what do they do on? What does Rabbi Meir say? It says Yom Kippur, everything's sealed. It says everyone's judged on Rosh Hashanah, and the Gezar Din is done on Yom Kippur. It's very similar to Maaseh. How do you do Maaseh when it comes to sheep? You let them go. One, you count, and then on the 10th one you paint it, right? You put paint on it, right? The Harkach Asiri, the 10th one goes for Maaseh. Same thing with Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur is on the 10th day. So you go from Rosh Hashanah, we're all like sheep. We go Yon 2, 3, 4. The 10th day, that's Din. That goes Maaseh. That's beautiful.
Like
the sheep go through the small opening.
Wait, the sheep going up the Beit HaMikdash, you're saying is equal in this mashal.
What Beit HaMikdash?
It's not the Beit HaMikdash. The guy has a herd.
Yeah, it's mashal, but he brings the Beit HaMikdash.
Okay, but before he has to find out which is his 10th.
Right. So that 10th one in the mashal here is equal to the din that we get on Yom Kippur.
Yeah, because it's Yom HaSiri.
It's Yom HaSiri.
I'm asking a question.
What's your question?
Why is the sheep, the 10th sheep that's Maaseh that goes to the Beit HaMikdash, to the Beit HaMikdash, equal to the Gzar Din that a guy gets on Yom Kippur?
Because that's
just the 10th day. What?
Yeah. דומיית דמעשר דהיו מונים 1, 2, 3 ואחר כך עשירי היה מעשר. אף כאן... Hello. Aziel. I'll tell you like my grandmother says, God bless her, she goes, simmer down.
Your grandma's alive?
Yes, Baruch Hashem.
No, do you hear my question? The sheep that's maaser is not a bad thing. The sheep that gets the schut to be the maaser is a good thing. Here, the Gzardin is connected to the Gzardin of Yom Kippur.
But doesn't mean bad. Who said bad?
It's not bad.
Who said bad?
It's not bad.
I didn't say bad. I said bad. I didn't say bad.
Automatically, the brain thinks of it as bad.
Well, that's a guilt problem.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's a you problem. Don't do that. Don't make it worse.
Because I forgot we're wearing white. And the Gzardin's good.
Very good.
Very
nice. Now let's talk about Shakish, the second one. He says he holds. It's like walking on the mountain. Remember, one by one on the mountain. Like Rashi says, "She'aderech katzad." Because not two people can walk at the same time. If you could hold like Rabbi Yehuda, that holds what Gezal Din is nechtam. Everybody in the zman. Dumiyad derech is similar to the derech. Why? Because you can't. Because not everybody can go. One day you go, then tomorrow I go. The third day another guy goes. Because we can't all. The mountain doesn't fit. It's not strong enough for us to all fit. So the reason why Shaki said that we're all like walking on this mountain because he holds like Rabbi Yehuda, who has everybody on their own time. Shavuot, Pesach, and Sukkot, right? And then you have Shemuel. Shemuel, right? You had who brought him? Rabbi Yehuda brings Shemuel. What?
No, I said Shemuel is like Rabbi Yossi.
I didn't say. I said Shemuel. No, Rabbi Yehuda says in the name of Shemuel. Right. So you could say he holds.
Again.
He says he holds. Rather, you should know that Rabbi Yehuda first learned by Rav. Sometimes you see Rabbi Yehuda Amar Rav, and sometimes you see Rabbi Yehuda Amar Shemuel. Why? Because first he learned that Rabbi Yehuda was learning by Rav.
He switched schools.
No, then he passed away. Rav passed away at 40.
Yes, because of the whole Meister.
And you're right. And so what did he do? He went to Shemuel. So that's why sometimes you see the Gemara, it says, Rabbi Yehuda says in the name of Rav, because things that he learned in Rav's name. And sometimes it says Rabbi Yehuda Amar Shemuel, because later on in life he learned by Shemuel. Because Rav passed away 20 years earlier. So he went to his...
I just thought a thing of the Revelation thing about the soldier who's judged every day.
Yeah. We didn't get there yet. We're doing that yet. We're doing that now.
Okay.
Well, give me a minute, and then you say it. And Shemuel says, well, like the soldiers David. Why? Because you could hold like Rabbi Yossi. Why? That a person is judged every day. That it's similar to the why. What happened? Because what happens with the soldiers that go? Everyone gets their responsibility as they go out. They tell them where they're going. So if one of them doesn't go, right, or if something's missing or doesn't do his job, right, he can't be counted because he's missing. He's missing because it affects the entire situation. So Rabbi Yossi says that you're judged every day. If you're good today, then you're doing good. You went to your job. You did your job properly. If you didn't, then you're going to have a bad day because you didn't do good. So that's what you could say, like Rabbi Yehuda Amar Shemuel holds like Rabbi Yossi.
I don't understand this last thing of the Chayalim.
So the Hayalim have a job. Everyone's got a Hayal. Every army.
Talking about here the path of they're coming in front of Hashem. One guy said it's like a Bnei Marom. One guy said like a sheep.
No, everyone says Kibbutz Maron. The question is, what is Kibbutz Maron? One says sheep.
One guy said like a sheep.
One says the path on the mountain. Too thin. The third one says like the soldiers of Bet David. Soldiers of Bet David go one by one out of the Sha'ad. They came out, okay, before they went into formation. And there would be somebody there telling them what to do. And now if one of those guys didn't do or didn't show up, it messes up the count. Or it messes up the guy's, that job is not getting done. Rabbi Yossi says that if you don't do your job, you get judged. You get judged every day. So if you don't do your job, that's a problem.
Like Chaylot should be done
every day. Right. They get the tafkid on a daily basis. Okay, so I want to give a beracha that we should all be able to do our tafkidim properly. I want to give a beracha that we should all use the Torah in a good way, like we learned about Shaul and Moshe in the first thing. And what's the Drasha we did before? And I want to give a beracha that we should all be able to give shirim and shirot v'tishvahot HaKadosh Baruch Hu, like we're supposed to. And also, one second. And also, we should also always be dressed in white and be confident that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to give us a yisha tova, shana tova beracha. And what?
To be Am Echad.
And to be Am Echad. Baruch Adonai, Amen, Amen, Rabbi Hanah, B'Kasha, Amen. Ra'asa HaKadosh Baruch Hu Zakot Yisrael Leficha, Adonai Torah Zmo Shenemad. Adonai Hafez, Leman Sidko Yagdir Torah Ve'adir.